It's simple. Time as for what? This is the relationship segment with my take on relationship. What does the Bible says when it comes to marriage and friendship and whatever? What does the Bible say? What is the Constitution saying? What is the culture of our land it's saying? Ladies and gentlemen, then the Bible ne can power there when you country. Then a man can Constitution and then the Mushiafo can power there and in Pracho. Ghana for me, where Councillor Little from every day of your life, you have to get my take on relationship, how to manage your relationship, how to marry well, how to do things the right way in marriage, how to have a child. This is yours truly, Councillor Little. Join me on my YouTube, Councillor Little. Join me on my Facebook Live page, Councillor Little. Join me on my Instagram, Councillor Little. And let's have my take on relationship issues. Should you die in a dying relationship? No. Marriage is not a destination, but a transition. How you make it belongs to you. Join me right now. See ya. So time so time for what? Ladies and gentlemen, Yamin is simple. Time for what? This is the relationship segment with my take on relationship. What does the Bible says when it comes to marriage and friendship and whatever? What does the Bible say? What is the Constitution saying? What is the culture of our land it's saying? Ladies and gentlemen, then the Bible ne can power there when you country. Then a man can Constitution and then the Mushiafo can power there and in Pracho. Ghana for me, where Councillor Little from every day of your life, you have to get my take on relationship, how to manage your relationship, how to marry well, how to do things the right way in marriage, how to have a child. This is yours truly, Councillor Little. Join me on my YouTube, Councillor Little. Join me on my Facebook Live page, Councillor Little. Join me on my Instagram, Councillor Little. And let's have my take on relationship issues. Should you die in a dying relationship? No. Marriage is not a destination, but a transition. How you make it belongs to you. Join me right now. See ya. So time so time for what? Ladies and gentlemen, Yamin is simple. Time for what? This is the relationship segment with my take on relationship. What does the Bible says when it comes to marriage and friendship and whatever? What does the Bible say? What is the Constitution saying? What is the culture of our land it's saying? Ladies and gentlemen, then the Bible ne can power there when you country. Then a man can Constitution and then the Mushiafo can power there and in Pracho. Ghana for me, where Councillor Little from every day of your life, you have to get my take on relationship, how to manage your relationship, how to marry well, how to do things the right way in marriage, how to have a child. This is yours truly, Councillor Little. Join me on my YouTube, Councillor Little. Join me on my Facebook Live page, Councillor Little. Join me on my Instagram, Councillor Little. And let's have my take on relationship issues. Should you die in a dying relationship? No. Marriage is not a destination, but a transition. How you make it belongs to you. Join me right now. See ya. So time.
Michael, we support the immune system. Yeah, man, Michael.
But you are Tony near.
That's not going to be able to go in the
Because supporting my booster for your immune system. Hey, that's a Michael t-shirt. My t-shirt. The pamba of funk, I know. Your t-shirt will go, mommy.
Boss, champion, boss, Mr. Willie one.
Okay.
Michael, I'm supporting the immune system.
And your well-being.
Vico 20 is not suitable for children under 12 years of age, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. A quality product from Joy Herbal Center. This advertisement has been vetted and approved.
Michael, we support the immune system. Yeah, man, Michael.
But you are Tony near.
That's not going to be able to go in the
Because supporting my booster for your immune system. Hey, that's a Michael t-shirt. mato t-shirt. Me pa ba be fan kan no. Ni t-shirt ru go mama.
Boss, champion, boss, Commissioner. Mr. Only one.
Okay.
Vital. Supporting the new system.
And your well-being.
Vico 20 is not suitable for children under 12 years of age, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. A quality product from Joy Herbal Center. This advertisement has been vetted and approved.
Vital. We're supporting the new system. Yeah, Mama Vital.
Pacho watoni ni ya.
Let's go be able to go in the
Me kwa support my business for your immune system. Hey, asa ka Vico t-shirt. Mato t-shirt. Me pa ba be fan kan no. Ni t-shirt ru go mama.
Boss, champion, boss, Commissioner. Mr. Only one.
Okay.
Vital. Supporting the new system.
And your well-being.
Vico 20 is not suitable for children under 12 years of age, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. A quality product from Joy Herbal Center. This advertisement has been vetted and approved.
I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpadashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice.
Vital. We're supporting the new system. Yeah, Mama Vital.
Pacho watoni ni ya.
Let's go be able to go in the
Me kwa support my business for your immune system. Hey, asa ka Vico t-shirt. Mato t-shirt. Me pa ba be fan kan no. Ni t-shirt ru go mama.
Boss, champion, boss, Commissioner. Mr. Only one.
Okay.
Vital. Supporting the new system.
And your well-being.
Vico 20 is not suitable for children under 12 years of age.
Personal counselor sending a message at the say and then I'm saying let that know a man on one and yeah a woman and I'm saying no I don't want it yeah and the who say you don't want it yeah I'm sending this with the best kind of you the whole and they might want you to say and a phone was say happy delivery day to my life. My first counselor, Pluto, wishing you a joy with happiness, seeing you in a sense to us and multiplying itself gives me a great joy. Thank you for making me a father in our world of fathers. May God grant you more strength to recover all that you lost during this time. Congratulations as a mother from your husband, Reverend Counselor Luton, and all family members. Congratulations. The way it's for and our day Emma Wona, say more congratulations. For that first, for bearing the say, me who said na emunada, a pen piano, smiley, who had a good book, who yet you, and now smiley. You could be piano or married. And so, the one hey, Counselor Luton. If you know you're not in the unity, Masaru to this no yen na na ye efe. Approach na ye de won. E ya ma nti na wo ye no. Masaru to protect anu ye ne yere pa o. Na ye na aka fe. No no fi o small. Talk that you do o be for be so what do ne yere na ne be put do. E de na and then special amount ni special de ma me pa no. E yo no kwa e ye mi an talk about for ICT Holy Ghost Temple. And then e ye the birthday. Aye. But that's one I said, Mark, Florence, answer. Hey, you have to know what sorry in charge. In charge. And they have the first Florence to happy birthday to Mommy. And so what DVD go, DVD was there to go. Observation is so great. For reminded me, and they have a throw away, they you pay you away, and they have fire say, now we have money come on. I mean, sure, forward. Oma was doing now, great, great. We love you, long life, and so, wow. You know, and then you make you know your best for ever happy. If you ever call there and near Bema, and your counselor Victor, I want to say, Uncle Counselor George Victor.
Yeah, baby, it's the same. Sana bra volunteer but I want to say me we and wa femi na e kwan na matu no wa femi nyankopon enhyira da me fa kwanye so enda mu nyina ase de di ka me nda me yira ase se wa maka emmema ho enyu bia de kwa aware so a onya kwan e wo ba enti me de me ba bia wo da bia na me celebrate delivery for my wife because women were created special by God. And God gave them the mandate to continue procreation. So when a woman delivers for you, it's not because she's a wife. But once a woman delivers for you, you need to honor her. And on this day, I use the whole time I have here and this whole day to appreciate my wife and the mother of my children, especially my son's birthday today. I celebrate delivery day for my wife. And I thank God for her life. The speciality about this one is that my wife agreed against all odds that I deliver this child in the house. When doctors were waiting for her at the theater, she agreed that I deliver her in the bathroom. And that alone is like the baby Jesus in the manger. She has a level of belief for me. Mrs. Na. Yes. Yeah. And I would say the natural thing is that uko CSR through vaginal delivery.
Yeah.
So she agreed, said she can't deliver down there, but with me she can. And she gave me the access and I received the child. The level of confidence this woman has in me, God will punish me when I do anything against her. I pray to God that I'll make her better among all mothers. Bible says that when God told Mary that you are highly favored among women, see what Mary went through. She never had a Rolls Royce to sit inside. By the end of the day, we're all celebrating Jesus. And that gives recognition to the mother of Jesus. So today, on this delivery day, I celebrate the mother of my child, Mrs. Lutrot. Happy delivery to you. Enjoy yourself. And may God continue to bless you. But God should bless me more so I can take good care of you as well. Thank you for the opportunity to celebrate my wife.
Thank you. Now, let me say this one was the last baby lady that I paid. And I was with you.
Now, problem ni then. Hey, why I say? Hey, do fear some. Do fear some. Hey, when should I mean Jina so? Me Jina said do fear some so. Edi asida kese ama boni ayefo amwo Ghana. Efia me hu video bi awom bi. Na say ye nyina ese ye fa akwanya ka isie so. Na yembo abrantie bi abaso. Wona de power ye. Enye onu anka. Nanka the confidence for plus size women like you to come out in Ghana and consider. Ladies and gentlemen, Ade. Uncome. Like you. But you are what? You are what? Okay, so negative plus size women like you. Like enyo no anka. Mu ni din. Mu ni enyonyam. Eyo no na ni suade hu. Any company bi boa kese bi na ene. Emma mo honam. More confidence in working out there. Ladies and gentlemen, here fast that kese Emma Mr. Sex Kakari Bakope. Why are dear papa? Baby will be a me two chairman. Me sad that joy that the force was say omo prema brantie man ne. Enti enye diasa for the buy you. Eye Mr. Kakari na the buy. Onu ti kromo ye de. Me hu say wa koba invitation. Na musuo nkama family aba.
Frank Adam Adofoli and so I will go into a member of Aquaba. Now, it's pretty much so, Counselor.
Yeah.
Counselor Adofoli.
It was a good morning.
Good morning. Patrol the diabo for you.
Yamia, the Mahoya fire, I was sweat.
Mara, and then there's a mapping for TV. And then what I'm going to say, you're going to. And you're probably copper by, no. Putting in our air, they go when you walk. I bet I don't come on. And they say, I'm going to first of orange conflict, marriage, and a year back. It's a better conflict, so L for that. So now, there was a poor, and then you go Zoom, any of other things, to see what competition, I bet you food, you have you don't know. If you know, when the measure says it's also a resource, or result like in marriages. Now, or resolve conflict, no. I am not a one marriage, no. I'm not a young
Efia medasi say madam for Mr. Adofoli say me hu ni be say 12 years ni wakote until the waba mama ni chance non kasa first why na wa tache 12 years ni am hu say me okuro mu anu wa ti say oni ho o twe ma betu kwan wa yi ni tie pie machiwe uni sheka people teacher uni sheka the agreement fall flat. You go ahead. I'm listening to you. It fall flat. I'm giving my time to you. Go ahead.
Conflict, we better say, and Tawa, misunderstanding, disagreement, I possible our real one relationship. You've been to be one thing, commodity and could yes, many until the real put in a papa and some other. So conflict can take any form of your relationship. Now, fire, yes, a bit married or because fathers in here. We only partner conflict at the babies. Every blessed day, conflict based. But the here is a bit resolve this conflict. Nama our real and at my group. Unfortunately, you know, we are now all the skills that are which my resolve conflict. It seems here, the resolve an idea. But this was I could do with a relationship alone. Who took us and mean cost to I may have a code was and I say a relationship. The conflict hereby resolve the first net maybe of harbor terms of conflict into one. A pastor and affair, Nkoma, passes made in an couples meeting only in community. Oh, we are fan watching. Oh, yeah, thinking about on and to community associate about your relationship, your plans in a papa, some common. You depends to every people and that's a relationship. And sometimes with relationship, I have my mind and need this time, I may need to do. But when your partner penetration or even one move if you want, when you will be if you are going to back, man, Cassan, as a woman, who back can do your master. So similar thing happens in a relationship. In common, the relationship in our family. It gave me the resentment back because in some view of war when you are back, but you mean car and then a master account and a very different kind of people. She better be in and but no one. Yama will share intimacy, Yama will share in the world, in that kind of crowd. It doesn't take that kind of passion, that kind of love, however, because of the conflict. Again, conflict in a cost to involve a lot of people. Sometimes it will be a map of we every man, we reporting impact number in people when they need command. A lot of good relationship. And sometimes these people now will say very seasonal, or maybe talk on the additional. What marriage or what it means. Again, conflict in this is an intimate of where the quarrel with you are another quarrel and where those needs in minimum, Yakase needs we deny those needs. And to know a my relationship in progress in India is a relationship in Napako. And we don't move forward. And lastly, to even affect our intimacy in terms of that kind of affection I share out to a place of sex and as a and coca. No, I don't feel love me. Peace will dog you per myself. Now, I do and you may not say do any other time, go back closer to me. You want me to respond there. And to know the relationship be able to be an account. And when you have marriage. So, because never very resolved. Lastly, never mind the cost. I bet my picking up. The amount for cost 9 and Burma, they end up breaking up the relationship.
Level of conflict, I had about what you want. And I was to say, yeah, no, yeah, my yes, this was the money. But the funny boy got to Master, so the age has to. As it was a problem of fact, and other than to ask my back. It may be separate. Yeah, not conflict there, normal. And now, can it become money? That's what.
Me da say if ya menda councillor do fully see. I'm said you kind why the basic explanation of what conflict is. But there were 4 types of conflict. And now conflict be anywhere set it and tem. Conflict is meant to build us together. Anytime you see that conflicts have divided any relationship, blame it on whoever was engaged to resolve the conflict. Because conflict is never meant to destroy us, but to build us together. So conflict doesn't bring war. Conflict doesn't bring battles, but it is reassurance of our intra and inter. So the 2 forms of conflict, conflict that happens with the interpersonal and the external. Conflict idea to me see your own thoughts and now they see what bonting. So ya de ba empratwini awade mu beti hei de wo mitim obi anim gisemaka. So within the 5 senses that resides in the head, it is easy for us to have an interpersonal clash as a result of an external discussion. But the resolution is what lands it not to be a conflict anymore, but becomes a battle and ends in war. It is an abisayen. Obia o femubiano. Metise ya say, our dear warrior, mentemo wase bebem, and toko bebem, a young tro is not true. It's never true. Why do I say it's not true? God created every man completed. If you are ukoto phone, na see a brand new phone. Say your catcher said this is a new phone, but your son catcher will say it is tested. How can the tested product be brand new? So it's tested, approved, and they still give you warranty. So it is not brand new. It's been tested. So tested nature say, so when God created man, man was a finished product, tested, but gave us warranty because of our senses. So nipa da seni won kwa wo timpo, you have conflict. For example, baby ameti, ne baby amotene muwa. And do many say I'm sorry. Zoom yinti and say me da ema ma adwene pa ho. What I say? So from the time I'm in say be Zoom program no, I have an internal conflict with myself to make sure I don't miss it. Now, this internal conflict can become external. For example, I tell my wife, wake me up before 9 o'clock Ghana time. Then she wakes me up 10 past 9. From my personal internal arrangement and conflict, it has become external. The first thing we need to do to understand resolution of conflict is that you have to know where is this conflict coming from, and then look for who can resolve the conflict. Who can say? Obi can say, and I mean, I say 10 years ago, any unresolved conflict can become a battle, but it depends on whoever resolves it for you. The type of conflict will call for who should resolve. Our therefore, adie bia ukuru kase ye bia menye bi da e ye de mekay. Me kai say abrante your friend is saying, Obi nyawa ya anya no adabi akoya obo anyim we akoya obo anyim say ya mani pa bra otia what's the name? OJ. I mean person make OJ Black. Say OJ Black na ye go see no. Eti OJ. Okase onni ne yire ware ye no vows omo kan ye no omo kosesan ye e na okache ne yire se omo nka omo de asemba me omo nkofa ma obi a bo omo ntra honka. This is conflict. If a man marries you and tells you that let's not take our matter out, let's resolve it by ourselves, he wants to destroy your future. So you see, because you cannot resolve it by yourself if it's an external conflict. Yeah. Immediately the conflict, once the conflict becomes an external conflict, it is difficult for the two of you to resolve it. Because if it's an internal conflict, it is a conflict within me. It cannot be resolved between me and me. From the day of wedding, all of a sudden, and of course, baby, now Abrante be sharing a pub, and also walk for baby or ban and no musica. You see where the conflict started? He was complaining to himself already that money doesn't stay in my hands, and he attributed it to an external source, that the woman I married. And so when the problem came, I sat him down and I asked him, before your wife came to the scene, how much do you spend in a week? And then he gave me. I said, now that your wife came, how much are you supposed to spend plus your own? And he gave me. I said, is your wife using any spirit to collect money from you? Because we didn't buy it. Now 40 Ghana cedis light bill. Obani buy no to assist Ghana because we am yenu. O yire buy no. O to mo madwin ba ko a. Edi busume ba ko. Mo yam yenu. Wabe u ba ko ka ho. So why do you hold on to a term that you are creating conflict because? So from your personal conflict, you've made it an external. If you don't get anybody who understands interpersonal conflict resolution, you will end up thinking that there's a problem. If you are topics like this, you treat here, the way a woman's conflict is resolved is not the same like the way a man's conflict is resolved. Oba, if you are wuti way, won't tiasie, ewa brabum, any men tiasie, enya peda. Yen na yen call law school, yen na yen first class. Many are the following counselors. Our presentation can never be the same, even though we are men, by intellectual discourse, but by anatomy and creation. A woman's conflict resolution cannot be the same like a man's conflict resolution. A son say, "Fear what you will." Ubu unsa, mimbu mensa. What you will, uo nufu, mininufu, mwakoko. What you will, uo to, ebroso, minibi. It is a catch him so good to yo ya. Men kote wasye, a son say, "Utumo do jama go to yo ya." Men tiasye, men go bo. And son go to you, baby. It is a now corresponding between two men. Conflict resolution between two men cannot be used as the same model to resolve it between a man and a woman. So resolving conflict between spouses and can come on more relationship. No, you need to be very careful and have a master handling techniques in all areas before you can resolve it. For example, our for resolution. This is the first thing. O baby awoti awade ase. Se mentimi wase ba woni wukuru ntema. Ekwanya bi ani asase so se. Wo be ko wukuru na busuafo ha ko bo wamane. Mami sisi bi. Ma wale wafia ene. Na me den sanom ese awade na. Se etitiw external conflict. Na wo pese unya resolution na. Wo tumi nkobo me papa ne me mama amane ese me den sanom ese awade. En krofo abetima kobo amane eya wo wabusuafo. Yes. Na ukopede wo ho. Omodehie na omodehie bo nsa wo ye hwan. What is your locus? What right do you have? Medase wo. Medase wo. Enti na se wo kọ ebusua no ho. Na uko bo amane epe. Na ebusua ne se, "Hey, then okay. George of Fasan can another. Me bayi. Ebi si dawasasi so. Awade ebe nkra na branch akogudem na ne maame atu asi. Ebusua be nie, obi ambon sanda webusua mu. Enya awade yi owure mu yanka. God na wo tete me ba ne sa. So they will hold you responsible. Thank you. But when you report to your family, and then your family will go to their family, it becomes leadership and governance. So the two of them are of the same level. You don't have right. Me, my father-in-law doesn't have 1 minute's right to invite me to his house for marital conflict. And see that. Menko. So don't even do it for your in-law to disrespect you. And I told you about my auntie as I said, how to resolve conflict among Obi on Wale. Any conflict among your Wale, and your pet. Mommy, Samon Wale asebusia, ye hi obi amana kebiama ye. Ye fear no, ye shisupe asa. Esa enya wade. Eyam prachi. Eyanu yam prachi, sada no kwe, aye nashi. Sumelegale, legalegale. Aha, I say yenya wale. When you carry the way you were resolving conflicts whilst you were not married, also into marriage, it destroys you. And I mean, Tiasia class, a young one, assemble a kind of Tiasia, your one in you, me can be beer, what's one in Bema Jimmy no. Catch out the police every show and a man invitation. And the full network in yet. And the Ghana for the Benamania network, Papa.
So say I was in any family I have our reaction and relationship very different. They do conflict so a prime for a parcel a behavior different. Conflict about it is asa. Almost them proposal is like a response or pattern. And to our reaction a conflict here to do over and so that here no more distancing home. Obi or to block when you casa, when you are a car. Baby case when you casa, that is the way I'm already approach conflict. And yes, over worry. Yes, more by when there's a conflict, it's only distancing. And this will be also a probably our back confrontation or back pursue. And see a bedroom or a hall, to all kitchen or which all kitchen. You different way of how go through conflict. So let's show before that particular to go through a conflict. Your partner, one better, and a partner better, because people too, you know, open, I know the piano or 3 minutes. No super person will resolve at that moment, no go lock it there, and one failure of a bit because who pursue this man call. Now at that moment, you know, you are causing more trouble. Necessary. So, all our relationship, you find out when you want, once your time of the resolve conflict. So, yeah, for distancing and one. I must see or cry or be our person this way in this salon. Every time was again, never start to compensate the result. And before I did here, and why you are well, but can't tell you will France of a cost of all resolve conflict. That's so some of a canon and as a baby. You know what's your more emotions? Work for is not a good time for you. Work for a good time for you because. Certain of us start conflict is to go resolve on the start time of the way. Upano part so we are over the power, there is the war shout. Over so we are over around for even now to necessary over into a conflict resolution now. Necessary overcome. Again, community and your war and community. Never be a sin and query among when into home. Until Passaquan and Paka begins on near Costo one film, near Costo light, then a Costo away ninja. Let can't chow back down, man Costo Quack, Sinu Paka. Yes, I James, because everybody are. At the end of the day, will be attacked, will be a blame, will be a criticized, you know, yet we begin a progress within the resolution. But you may not, when you can't be a problem, you have when you make it to say that level now. I bet my poor, I'm a actually, and we are a bit near there. Assassin, you're a bit much up to be a bit near there. I compromising, and I be a bit negotiating for a bit my negotiation. Let's say, Ogua, start shop, Mempa, and the one party.
So those of us on TikTok, I'm coming very back there so we can do our thing. Let's listen to other views. I'll come back to you. Thank you, Bear. I could have clapped for you, but I would disturb all of them. I can clap for you for coming.
It's not a good time. Oh, someone can everybody now we are seeing about the channel. It's not a good time. Yeah, time I ever time I bet my yourself, but maybe some now. What can I be wow? How we bet getting common and come on here. I used to be a person. Now what's my yourself, my mom? I come up with me, I don't go near a good time of which my starting issues. When you won't come, what can you how? What can we are? Now, would change it your partners, one can you now? Sometimes I want to come, say we are. Now, watch us. You put your own bar. Our Lugia, something when you're correct, and you're correct, what if you put a worry? Our baby, after I was setting Lord Mano, who's Mano, my one you, because I'll make it, you do or who started as speaking like that now. Then get it any better place in our resolution. Mestre, Obama Casadia, my partner opportunity. Now, I'm not sitting a candy, I'm not saying Hano. At the end of the woman, we are now. What can we do to resolve it? So, to resolve at that level now. Who can help us resolve? And if it's not where may I resolve? And when you say, intimacy that resolution place, not be a problem, not a friend, not a wicked, not a catcher. Oh, wait, so, or partner, and open and I will have a better for 2 1 mommy. Now, we better for 2 it's not a good news. As a new police station, a committee case against you. It's not a good place. Mestre to be poor. Wanted to be a code in Java of while. Yeah, I agree. Do a dinner pattern so one pencil or no quabanting. Monko will be a bit more power. Now, we'll bet me
Can we hit the like button? Let's go out to 10K before we start our own conversation. Facebook, do say. Facebook, let's do. TikTok, let's do.
And get people who can help. And competent say across the court now police issue and all one I mean blame one area. It's not like that. Mestre. The person doesn't have the right knowledge about the whole conflict, the dynamics.
If I know, I will say, every what day, a year, what I will say, I want to talk and I any counselor.
Okay. So the name church last one, I'm in the church on it, the compromise. Compromise and just see Obakunya to me, Emma Bar. That's not what it means. A similar experience, maybe Jaqua, the Germany car, a bit of my civil relationship. A bit of so the two of us to do that, it's a civil relationship. And go a secretary partner. At least once in a while, I have a partner. Apologize for that. Let's try. And the answer is probably check. Sorry, network in the end because we have now very far away from the city. Let's say, wow, yeah, it's about network in the address. I think, Madam, my body should have crowd, we just shouldn't. The whole character requires to involve in my conflict, any kind of conflict now. And the company and the marriage consult limited was intense to make me afraid. Nobody is 0201 43 53 00 0201 43 53 00.
But I was a counselor from Adoponi. The one I think of come out. So, married a counsel. And this is the number of that. Not for a counselor, which was now or the age about a year. I mean, how on the war, actually, I will buy now. She are Bema. Nothing. We need to know some of those with that. So, you didn't. Yeah, I was always had a temperament, and I said, because I found the conflict, who are private at you, and I'll buy it, and now come out to go back to love. I'll try and better say, oh, no, and soon your love for me now. And I want to best you pray with your prayer. What of you didn't have to that because your prayer, and they want to able to have another, and it's a fire with that. As soon as I am on prayer, and you hear your love. Then it will, it's a hidden and it will. If you know, so which I know not to handle with it. Also, we can the family, fine, put your you want, so I did your conflict, you know, you're putting in my day, always resolve conflict. I hope I take up
I'm saying the woman say, I'm not a bit, but no credit say, a banner anger management. Temperament is not temper, because temperament is an innate behavior of an individual. Temper is the management of your emotions, and anger is emotion antagonized by a movement. And they are two different things. And the say, "Ebi amrena do nintino." Nyame adom, no de adom be dum ya. Yabehwe causes of conflict. Because there are things you will call trivial. There, councillor Dufoli Kayen, Dudwana or Kayen, they are meant not to be external conflict, but usually they become unresolved because we see them to be trivial. Maybe can't they be say, Tama meanwhile, Mema me ye aduane na okom dem ya. Afia mete ho na aduane nye ready a. Me de mensa bo table so na me de aduane a ye no ano ayenwom na me to. I have never gotten angry because food is not ready before. Maybe I was trained like that, or because I was not the breadwinner. But now that I'm the breadwinner, if I get home, food is not ready, I might misbehave. If my wife will call my mother and report that if you're ready, so I'm causing a lot of misbehavior and it has landed into conflict, my mother will go back and say, it is not my son. As for my son, when his food is not ready, he only sings. So what have you done to him? But what I tell my wife every day is that my mother doesn't know me 1 minute as a husband. He knows me as a son. So if you report me as a husband to my mother, you will always be blamed.
I love that. Let's get back to our
Well, yeah, twice with the Ghana phone in our mutie. And then a delivery day for Mrs. Lutot. Mun sending the mumu, na mun ja hun chira na muliti kudumu. But what happened, what dear? But you me the mammy to now they made it to a family jammy. Mean Jimmy's out. Me papa for mammy. Hey, may come here smart car mammy as some. Once you quantico celebrate to mammy. Maybe celebrate made it. And I'm afraid Dom say I go celebrate mammy now. Or to mammy. It's what would you me dear? A 0277. A 609. A 644. If you yeah. Oh, Ukobisa is on record at banquet hall in the presence of my mother. I told my mother on Mother's Day that if you are asked to choose anybody between her and my wife, I will choose my wife. Yes, you remember that statement, Radio Gold. And I am not shy to say that. I will choose my wife. So that if there's anybody to come and choose my mother, my father should come and choose. Somebody's daughter is an addition to my family. I won't let her become a minus through my hand. So make us say, as I celebrate delivery day for my wife, MFA send my wife Mumu 055 000 5077. If you have any challenge or any misunderstanding, remember, conflict must not break a relationship. It has to build us together. God willing, another opportunity given me on this short time, we will show you how to manage unresolved conflict. If you are my Asia or TikTok, upon ni ending komo. May champ many in our TikToks is here. Thank you very much. All right. If you are catch here on say 25th December no orgasm conference no Basso National Theatre. Air Kaiwa, what transfer no Kaiwa. That's all. That's all. Michiobia. All right. Okay. Bye. All right. And tell me the way you could. Yeah, Kaya, Yansuya, Yanya, dear Sefata, and Yanunia for Monamidi Jumano. So, at least so far, I have the courage, boldness to clap my hands for bells in the building. Cha, cha, cha. Bell, I think you can just ask yourself, have I been taking a nap at all? Did I sleep?
Have you?
I have not.
Why?
I don't know, but I'm very excited today. You know, today happens to be the delivery day of my wife. And for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, you know that for me, I constantly celebrate delivery day for my wife. I don't do birthdays for my children. I celebrate delivery day for my wife. Why? Because the day of delivery of every woman, she goes through death and resurrection. And I want to encourage everybody. Learn to celebrate your mother on your birthday. Because what happened on the day of delivery is more painful than your day of celebration. So I celebrate delivery day for my wife every year. And today happens to be the birthday of one of my boys. And this boy is the woman, is the son that my wife gave me the rights for the first time to practice the delivery I have learned in school that I had never practiced before. When doctors were waiting for my wife in the hospital, because she has to go through CS, this woman gave me the confidence and the courage to give her the opportunity to have the son in the house. And I delivered my son in the bathhouse. If I tell you all the things we went through to do the delivery, I have no doubt that the confidence my wife has in me, may God never take me first. God must take us together when we are 100 and above. Because when I go first, it will be difficult for her to leave. Today, on her day of delivery.
You're more likely to go first with that one day.
Well, that is likely. If God decides to take me first, then he wants us to go together. Because I prayed a prayer for my wife today, that may God not make my wife a widow. May nothing cause her to become a widow. If there's anything called rapture, may we be raptured together. I also prayed for my wife and I said, may God make my wife become a proud mother of proud children. Bible says that God told Mary, you who is highly favored among all women. But if you study the orders and the things Mary went through to deliver Jesus, there was nothing pleasant for a highly favored woman. By the end thereof, today, we are celebrating Jesus and remembering who Mary is. So if my wife is favored, may God do same for her. And I pray to God that this woman God has given me as my wife, I pray that I will not die in my mistakes, but that I'll resurrect out of my mistake to celebrate her. That on this day of delivery, she has become the addition to my family and has made me a proud father. May everything she lost be given back to her. Friends and loved ones, help me celebrate Mrs. Lutrot on this delivery day. Thank you, Bear, for the opportunity.
Happy delivery day, Mrs. Lutrot.
Oh,
God bless you for all you do for Counselor. May he continue to love you. Counselor, please, if you can pick Treasure, Reborn or Kodie, if she wants to come up.
All right.
But may God bless you, Mrs. Counselor. And you know, the love Counselor has for you. May you multiply and continue to multiply.
Hey, okay? But you can't wait from you. Now multiply idiot. Nipa ba pun na adi ni na fi no sa. So you see, this morning when I posted the thing, I think it was read on almost all the networks in Ghana are celebrating my wife's delivery day. So I was there and one honorable member called me and said, wow, I just heard your wife has delivered again. Congratulations, Counselor. And said, Counselor, I just want a picture to post. I said, you want to create conflict in my home.
I was going to ask the same thing. Maybe you can put a picture of her in the background so at least we can appreciate her. You know.
So whilst I am here coming to treat how to resolve conflict, you want me to create conflict, Bell? Take your matter, go.
We want to see her beautiful face.
And then
the Bible says give honor to whom honor is due. When we meet her, we can give her the honor that she is due.
This is the honor that my wife is due. On 055 000 5077. Let the mumu cry. This is the honor. Asa.
That's it.
So honorable said, But your wife is too beautiful. Why would you post her? I said, eh? She posts her picture at her own time so that I will not bring external conflict. So how to avoid conflict in relationship is possible. But there are times that you have to create conflict to build bonding. So I'm going to teach you how to create conflict in your marriage so that you can bond together. Starboy.
I want to ask you, is any conflict, is it possible to solve every issue? Are there some conflicts here? Is literally that you can't solve them? Is there such a thing?
Every conflict is resolvable if only we can get the foundation of this conflict.
Okay. No question on the belly.
Every conflict is resolvable. You need to identify first the foundation of the conflict. Number two, is it an external or intra? Is it external or intra? We have four types of conflict. We have group conflict, external group conflict, internal group conflict. We have interpersonal group conflict and intrapersonal group conflict. So if you are going to resolve conflict as a conflict analyst, you first have to know the foundation of the conflict and then see whether it is interpersonal or is an external conflict. So a woman has been pregnant yesterday. Yes, I saw Belle. Was yesterday or someday I saw that people were treating a certain topic about how people treat their wives when they are pregnant, and somebody was talking about the I chanced on good. So postpartum self-care, and I heard a lot of things that many were saying, and some women have delivered until their child is even 9 years. They still have a pain against their husband when they were pregnant, that their husband didn't do what they were expecting their husbands to do. So you see, this is an internal conflict. And they want to push it to become an external conflict. I went and I saw another people having a discussion. And one lady said she went to visit a friend. And while the friend was pregnant with triplets or so, heavily pregnant, the husband was packing his bags to travel to France. And she was hurt and angry with the husband.
Yeah, she was very angry, yeah.
Were you on that bill too?
It was on my platform. She said she was very angry because she had just given birth. They have 3 kids, I think under 2. And the husband was saying that the wife is a strong African.
A strong, thank you.
Yeah, it was all on my
do you know what it means for a husband to say the wife is a strong person?
No. Maybe you can enlighten us on that.
For a man to recognize a weaker vessel as strong, what the man has seen, you who is visiting, you have not seen it. So there are times that we tend to create conflict for people where there's no conflict. Now, I made a statement, was it yesterday or 3 days ago? And this is the story in the Bible we all know. And sorry for those of you who might not believe in the Bible, but it's just an illustration. I believe in the Bible. We all know that Jesus Christ performed the first miracle at the wedding feast in Cana. Now, in the book of John, carefully, if you read John chapter 2 and from verse number 1, it says that and the head of the banquet realized the shortage of the wine. Ladies and gentlemen, in those days, before you organize a wedding reception, you can't do it without a leader of the banquet. What we call the protocol today, it means that reservations are done. So 10 tables, 10 cutlery sets, any above is uninvited. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. I just want to use it to resolve some conflict in our minds.
Pastor, when you're talking, can you break the English down a little? Because sometimes some of the words we do not understand.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
They did it to Shatawale. He stopped playing his song on the traditional media. And he used the social media Counselor, we need you on TikTok every day. Counselor, your fans are angry. We need you on TikTok.
Mate. Men that Metrahama.
Make you big.
Mate.
Make you bigger than the traditional media.
I hear you.
I the next counselor to 50K right now, immediately.
May that say. Maybe I want the share pen a bit my share. More saying about me a boss on young like in them. So let me break the English down. Thank you so much, Bell. So what I meant when I say banquet, party, reception, it's a bear party. It's a bear party. Me more event organization. Our Ghana, events. Into what fire and say, yen taking care of the event for you. We take care of invitations. And to the head of the banquet, Bible no air canon, or chile ubia or my invitation. And see on my guest list, my name is 10. Young fans said to say TikTok, your maximum is 8. And to one drop you ubia, mean 4. So the host has a head of banquet. Now, when Jesus was going to the wedding ceremony, if you read the Bible carefully, Jesus never had an invitation. The mother was invited to the wedding ceremony. And the mother invited Jesus. Bible says, Yesu nama, or the dom ne nam. So Jesus Christ performing a miracle at the wedding ceremony was not part of the things he was supposed to do. But he went to create conflicts by shortage. Hear me, if you are listening to me. Anytime you have an uninvited guest in your marriage, you have conflict. When Jesus went in there, the mother was invited, and at best, nobody better than the only did if you want plate. But Yankosha, John Abba, Peter Abba, Paul Abba, 12 people did nechi. And then I say, and sana sound. I said, I family home. So you should be careful of uninvited guests. Otherwise, you have conflicts. Let me give you a practical example. Me, I hardly stay in my house. I am always on the move. But the wife I am married to have a clear understanding of the job description of this man and knows the time I will come home, knows how I will eat. She has the menu plan even when I am not home. Uninvited guests don't even understand when I'm not home. You can receive a call and somebody will say, and number 7, no, and I feel you have insulted me. Because if my wife is your friend, you should have a number. My house has a line. But why do you want to police me to be home so you can talk to my wife? And if you don't take care, some will go ahead and tell your wife, hey, who could do it? Mimi to why Bema say you. Bema kwa no pa, this are no pa. Eya oda, me nyane no maninda. Now, if my wife follows their conversation, it might be a joke they are passing. But if she allows me to sleep whilst I'm supposed to wake up and do something, it has become a conflict that was brought in by the visit of Jesus Christ uninvitedly. So I listened to that program and I kept quiet and I saw how the lady was worried. And just about yesterday too, another program was being organized at Germany, baby. The same problem. And Germany member wa krumano. Ghana member no yomu betena ha. Omutimi ya ding. Wonyum ni eja woni nkwala mienu. Suffering, taking care of the children. These are wicked men. Men should change. When a man says my wife is strong, me, if I tell you my wife is strong, believe me, she is. I was in the studio when she was in labor. She was able to pull through. She gave me the confidence against all CS to deliver her. You think she's weak? Do you know why God created her? When God was creating the world, it was not an easy thing. So he said, let us. When it came to the woman, he didn't call anybody because he was investing the power of procreation in the life of a woman. So hear me. You can carry pregnancy and you can see that it is not by your strength. You can go through 9 months of feeding another human being in your tummy. And when you deliver, you can genuinely say that this is not natural. We have studied medical science, but the way pregnancy is and the way women carry pregnancy, there is nothing that we can use to describe it. So when people are complaining, your husband is not supportive, and when you are pregnant, they are supposed to sit out and hold your leg and hold your mouth. Hear me, hear me, hear me. I have experience, B. I share and laugh about it. Belle, my wife was pregnant. And during the pregnancy, what the baby was looking for to eat was pizza with a certain seasons in it. It was not my wife who wants to eat it, though. I always say it's not my wife who wants to eat. The baby wanted to eat that pizza. So I'm in town and I've been given I want to eat this thing. Then I have to go to the pizza man on the run. And then I have to give the phone to the one going to do the pizza. And then they will mention the type of seasons and addition they should put inside the pizza. People, when they miss one ingredient, I'm in trouble. Me too, I don't eat bread and soup. Me, I don't know how to eat pizza. They will say, put in this, don't add this, don't add this. I will follow. There are times that, naturally speaking, my budget to do the pizza, meaning say me go to pizza be 45 Ghana. But you have boss seasons in a year, I mean, I'm 86, but I could be a year 89. Nyama ye shreddy go so. Only one go can already. And traveling from where I'm buying the pizza to the house, traffic in T. Make me dim best 2.5 hours. Now me I do ma. Now I go 1 hour. Ebu one day be dimusa. Me go do fie. Me pizza di do fie. Ekunu pa. One benya. Order for me the pizza yaba. Mami share pizza is or see it's cold. If it's cold, you can't eat. And your wife back up say. And your care mu gao. Your care mu be the American. Me say, what's the matter? The guy added near body anything. The guy added something. On no caterer and your body anything. I can't eat it. Me so me the pizza. 89 Ghana cedis. Should I want to show your love? And it was not because my wife wants to eat pizza, but the pregnancy is demanding pizza. This is why I tell every man, if you impregnate your wife and you travel to abroad and your wife delivers, don't celebrate birthday for your children alone. Celebrate delivery day for your wives. This is why I have voluntarily said, I will establish this thing in the world. Delivery day celebration, not birthday. Because what you go through, but conflict comes during pregnancy. Some women are holding on to a certain level of grievances, some pain in their heart, what the men did to them. There are women today who, ever since they got pregnant, because of the things that were done before they got pregnant, there's conflict. There are men today. The last time, was it yesterday? Echo told us here, and I asked him to apologize. Those of you who are listening, that occasion some person who be obeshian of France, the Bibi ko no osi onyim nam se on patcho. She should apologize to say so osi onyim. Because you say from where we are. Such statements as an external conversation can erupt conflict. So, my sister, if you want to resolve conflicts like your question, you need to know the foundation of the conflict. I could have said the last time my wife has said, "Oh, the pizza." Me de before I said, "Me to pizza money bill." Who am I? Who am I? I learned my lessons that when she's mentioning the seasons to the guy, I should also hear and repeat to the guy, and that solved the problem. You see how life is. So conflict is bound to happen, but it's meant to bond us together. Conflict is never meant to separate us. Anytime you are separated by conflict, it is no more conflict. Then is war. Because conflict is argument. And argument comes as a result of emotions. It can be resolved. I hope I've answered your question with lower English.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
All right. So anybody who has any question before I go on my continuation of the lecture? We are talking about conflict resolution. It's not just between married people. But I'm saying that third-party interferences causes a lot of conflict in our relationship. So when you're bringing a third party, be careful who you are bringing. And anytime you have conflict in your relationship, remember, the way you solve conflict in steady relationships, talking jolly, sana no kwe, unregistered relationship, it's not the same like how you resolve conflict in marriages. And that is where we lose it. Before I got married to her, nobody hears our matter. When anything comes up, we are able to resolve it quickly. But ever since I got married to her, I don't know what has come over her. Everything she has to report to the pastor. Everything she has to tell this one. Everything she has to do this. Everything she has to do this. Remember that when we are not married, our lives are different from when we are married. You cannot repeat what you saw when you were single in when you are double. And I told you, I promised all of you that there's going to be a topic on singleness into marriedhood. So you can have conflict because nenye say na belt here. Me worry no. Bibia make be a yes sir. Hwe. Also be di ni 30 times. Obe so. Be sending bibi money year no da. But me share the kawe we be see ene. Make ba akonu wa can do. Remember, you can create conflict with holding on to the past when you were single and bring the conflict into your doubleness. Whatever you see in marriage is not a repetition, it's a new thing. Hear me. Your wife has not delivered before. So she doesn't have the skills of knowing how to behave as a pregnant woman. The same way, your husband has not lived with a pregnant woman before as a husband. He might have been in the corridors of pregnant women as patients. He might have been in a house with a pregnant woman as a mother, as a sister, as a cousin. But he has not yet been with a wife as a pregnant woman before. So mistakes are bound to happen. Why do you hold on to the things he did when you were pregnant? And after delivery, you are still holding on to it and it has become unresolved conflict. I pray and ask you, open up, let it go. Let it go. Your mother-in-law, you have unresolved conflict with her because after 5 years of your marriage, you didn't put to birth. You were not having a child. And so your mother-in-law kept coming to you and giving you remedies, blaming you and calling you names, calling you a man, regretting the son marrying you, to the extent of telling you that I give you up to the year ending. If I don't see the cry of a child in this house, I will come for my son and bring my son a woman who can give my grandchild. Today, when your mother-in-law spoke, before the end of the year, you had a son for your mother-in-law, but you are still holding on to the unresolved conflict of the things she said. The foundation, her desire was to have a grandchild after you went into the marriage. And even you, being honest to yourself, you never planned to have your first child at 5 years. But there were issues. So why have you held on to the things she said when you were not giving the child? And has become a conflict to the extent that I never want to see my mother-in-law. What she put me through when I married a son. The first 5 years of our marriage was the biggest time of my life. My mother-in-law hated me for everything. She wanted to see my face. Let's be honest to ourselves. Before you say there is conflict, have you investigated the foundation of the conflict? Some of the conflicts are avoidable because they start as interpersonal. Let's all research ourselves. Go into yourself. You have conflict in your church. You have conflict in your office. You have conflict with your children. You have unresolved conflict with your husband. You even have conflict with your ex-husband. Hear me. The child your husband brought into the marriage, anytime you see the child walking, it reminds you of the unresolved conflict. Girl, nobody can help you until you identify the foundation of the conflict. This is very quiet.
Counselor, we're quiet because I think we all agree with what you're saying. Well, me first, I can speak for myself.
So you see that we are holding on to conflict that we have not really investigated the source of the conflict.
You're making me really think deep with these conflicts.
Thank you.
Because I have a lot of conflict with people, and now I'm thinking to myself,
Wow. Wow. This is why I have stayed in this system for over 23 years. Because I understand. I look for the foundation of the conflict. Now, anytime your husband tells you, I don't want anybody to know our problem, so let's learn to solve our own problems, he has begun a conflict in your mind. It should never happen so. A third party who has the skills can resolve conflicts without misunderstanding. For example, we have pastors who are immature in conflict resolution. Maybe because they have not studied arbitration beyond the Bible techniques. I'll give you a simple example in the Bible. And I love Bible so much, I don't know why, but I love Bible. Bible says that there was this particular story of Nathaniel. And I studied that in counseling call. We studied that program. And in that program, it's called notetic counseling. Notetic counseling. When you focus your bell, notetic counseling. It is the study of the life of Nathaniel. When God sent Nathaniel and hit the like button, let's go to 50K. Otherwise, I'll pull you up here. to go and tell David that you have taken Uriah's wife and killed Uriah's wife. When he went to tell the story to David, he narrated the story, and David said, "This is wrong. Whoever did this must be killed." You remember? The way he presented the story, when he finished, and he said, "It is you that God sent me to come and tell you. It is you, David." David broke down, tore his clothes, and put on ash clothes. So narcotic counseling is one of the programs that I studied, that most of the people studying psychology in the universities have not studied. So how to resolve conflict. And I did arbitration too. How to resolve conflict from a biblical point. We studied narcotic counseling. So a pastor, there's a problem between the husband and the wife. And the wife comes to tell you, the pastor, Miknu ASA, Miknu ASA. Instead of the pastor to call the husband and resolve the thing, the pastor says, "Mate, kwesiara ye pan sorry, meshia mu mienu." Now see the pain. Then he sends the wife, "Catch your kunu se me see kwesiara ye pan, me be se me ni ukunu, me ni woni ukunu, any elders me and say be a meeting." Excuse my language. So for unim nyansa. Unim nyansa. You know why I'm saying unim nyansa? Once your church member has walked to you to narrate the story to you about what she's going through, don't invite both of them to resolve it. Call the husband and hear what the husband will say if there's anything in the house. The man can tell you, "Oh, this is the fear about say bell na ninji, me who say bell na ninji isan say na say sofo me ko krumu a nyama nye yie ma me ntimi mba te ntimi be fie ntenti ama bell asesa and sofo say me call yen so na say doctor kire say me prostrate nwa touch maka krenti ama me mpema grab a phone enti me who say me mpema grow so enko yie ti say first sofo afide me tumi hu pa so say the time I hear fast in the mean to me, anything tonight is say first. And the mayor do be some say fear to say, me the manager, but me giddy say me ninja. But me way when you. Oh, okay. Oh, they are doing narcotic counseling. But if you invite the wife, and the funny thing they do is that when they invite the wife and they bring you and your wife, then they add some roof rat deacons and elders. Monkey no fine elders of the church. Some unmarried, unscrupulous boys as leaders of the church. Then they bring you and your wife. And then they bring some for mommy. So for you, sorry. Nearly so for you. I had Bell. Last week, Wednesday, you came here, you told me about Elder Lutrot. I am a grown-up person, and as a leader of the church, I don't like to sit on issues. I'm your pastor, and I want to resolve this thing once and for all. In the presence of all the people who are gathered here, I want us to solve this conflict between you and your husband so that the church can go on. This is the body of Christ. So I brought you people here so that we all hear and put right to right. Shall we pray? Father, in the name of Jesus, we are here before you in this gathering of your daughter and the husband. Bring tempest down and resolve everything in the name of Jesus. Amen. Okay, Bell, tell the people what you came to tell me. Jimmy. Who are so Jimmy for? Who are penny Jimmy for? Hey, ye two for your cassette. Asemu sini ye can nenye yen canning in our bedroom. And your baby to me be canning in our chilewa. And ya fin I'll be son say, do you know be catch that one? On san cow bedroom. Are you serious? Now, Obani cow bedroom man, or can you be film? That's so funny say. And I said, who can also say? Or no, but that a told me a percent and quite a patrick show through me. How do you swear? Hold on, I mean, hold on, and young I'm a so papa. Yeah, babe. She means of. When I make a message in this, I'm from one in China, a 3 BM. You are creating conflict instead of resolving conflict. Then the man is shocked that Bell was able to go and talk to Pastor Lutrot and said all this. What Bell has told the pastor is true. But I never thought that Bell can open a mouth and say these things to Pastor Lutrot. And in front of all these boys in the church. Then they will ask the husband, Elder Lutrot, Oyira Kasa, Wunsu will be kana. I say, Papa, me da say, Mommy, me da ma say, elders, me da munina say. No credit say, and some of me kind, me de actually chimubi any ho. Mint me in castle bois, mint me in castle no credit, but the becan say, maybe I'm a phone biano, on fan chemi. Elder Lutrot has insulted everybody. You know why? One chim wakase sofo ne Jimmy. Wakase sofo yiri ne Jimmy. Elders ni aye nkwasiafo na ne yiri de obehu. That's what he just did. One deny, one argue, was even say my phone me yiri. On fan chemi. Na ye nipa. Na tie software only nyansa. Yeah, Elder Lutrot, your candidate sir. But en sensem bia oyire boss no ese ewure mu yedom suko. Na se no kra na eboa o ne mpaebo onye.
Oche.
Elder Lutrot akanwie to band the conflict so that it will bind them and not to lead them to war. The pastor want to domu suko. And if the pastor has gone to school small, whilst your wife is narrating the story, okay, a piece of paper. No, church point. Now, say Elder Lutrot kase we are. Now, some opinion say, Deacon Kumsing. Uwa bibi abasa oka echere Mr. and Mrs. Lutrot na Deacon Kumsing afi na opege awale.
Make it grow or be Mrs. Lutrot some time ago in a one
And this is your point. Deacon Lutrot, your point, sorry, one be chiamia, mean shedding same 100 Ghana and wafaka coffee. Ebe 2 me for. Oshasia, the other can say, Papa me da say. Say, we share in for say now, friend me. Me dem worried that day. Na nyame sunti yenim kakra ebeka. Onye. We are resolving conflicts in the church. Deacon ko bie na ano a. Awaye de sini kwan ware. Na se de sof mame kan yi. Elder wife kan wo hey. Nukure bi wo mu pa de a. Na say, ye papa Elder Lutrot. Wanye ni ye kura. Na yan worry ye show. We look up to you so we can marry. But if this is what is going on, and like your wife is saying, I hope she's not told anybody because it will not help the church. Papa, once you are the leader, you have to assist Elder Lutrot to overcome whatever the wife has said. This is what I'll say. And then he will go and quote scripture. Now Papa said, Bisa, Deacon Kobe, also will be kana. Deacon Kobe, they are walio. But they didn't know any fear one day. And Kwalami and Sanipo, Elder Lutrot can go to your feet. And to be sure one can hear as a man go see. Papa me da se pa. Na ya wali de, ya ne te ade ho. Empempi no, awade mu ntante de tesi. Enti Elder Lutrot. Baby wa fun bia wa pacho. Enti me de ka madwen ko a. Ye fasia Na papa ye fan pa bon tell machi. Because I am part of the school fees paying, he want to be careful not to step on my toes. Na cause of mame ho. So for yiri bekasa. Small girl. Me yiri sini penyin. Me so me sini penyin. Banya me sumunti ye from papa ni mama. Because Bible is say Ephesians chapter 6. Children, obey your parents in the Lord. So my pastor is younger than me, but I call him Papa because he's a spiritual head. There's nothing wrong with it. Because of scripture. So for Rebecca, sir, or say, Mrs. Lutrot, Nyankupo Shira, why are dear? Or baby Ankanaka were too da 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 da. Or baby Anka wa kasama sorry batiama sorry ne gu. But a man quantity of penti. What media show? Nyankupo Shira, no more home by. Oh, Elder Lutrot. Oh, the Yakai and self fata will crash or baby bisa. And self fata will cry. Yeah, Kanja Gumusa. Na papa bekasa. Papa could be in no. I'm disappointed in you as an elder of the church. That I thought you were part of the marriage ministry. And for the things your wife is saying about you, you have disappointed me as electing you as an elder of the church. I don't know who to believe again. I don't know who to trust in this church. I don't know who to call my leaders. If my leader can have an attempt to have anal sex with the wife, if my leader can have this heart that can be beating the wife, if my leader, and will repeat all the things the wife said. Mrs. Lutrot, thank you for being honest and transparent to me. But as for Elder Lutrot, I need to sit down with the presbytery and find a way to help you. Thank you very much. Elder Lutrot, can you apologize to your wife for all the things you have done? This is the biggest foolishness of the man of God. And hear me. Anytime there's conflict resolution and a higher authority is requested to apologize to a lower authority, they have created war and not a battle. Hear me. To resolve conflict, you need people who have mastered in the game. So the fact that he's a pastor doesn't make him an automatic arbitrator to be able to resolve your conflict. The fact that his mother is a judge, the fact that the parents are married 40 years, 60 years, doesn't make them good arbitrators. So let's be careful of how to resolve conflict. Let me add this and then ask if anybody has any question. If you're married and there's conflict between you and your husband, external conflict, you don't have the rights to go to your husband's family to report your husband. Same as the husband. You don't have the right to go to your wife's family to report your wife for any conflict. You don't have that right in the marriage. Your in-laws can be operated through your wife and your husband. So if there's anything that is chewing you up and you want an upper hand to resolve it, and you don't see the services of a neutral counselor, a professional counselor like Counselor Lutrot on 862-571-390 to help you resolve the conflict, then I say, go and talk to your parents. Wife, talk to your parents so that the resolution of the conflict will occur between two parents, not one parent calling their son and their daughter-in-law. And you will be surprised. If you go and sit in that meeting, your father-in-law and your mother-in-law has invited you, Bell, you will cry. Your mother-in-law will speak and you will be hurt forever. Create more conflict. Kwaku. Hey. Kwaku. Na minsun kwaku. Oyire be kachire ye wo ha se. Wobo. Na wobo na obefie ho a ebro. Kwaku na we fi he. Wo papa embo da. Ebusue mo bi ambo da. Na kwaku awade ebe ni wakom na aba na bro. Den na aba. You know what they just said? Your mother-in-law said that your husband is drinking because of you. Now who caused him? Now who caused him? If you are watching me and you want to resolve conflict, so you go and talk to your mother-in-law, every second you go and report. Stop it now. Read my lips. I say stop it now. Stop it. Stop it. Why? And as for my mother-in-law, she's my everything. And every time your husband will close from work, he's invited by your mother. Kwame, time, bang. Ma, me pon 7. Open faha. And at times funny. Before you get to the house, the junction, you see that your wife's car is parked there. Then you start thinking, Bell, Odimi Abaha. So before I enter, I know you've come to report me to my mother. And remember, me, George Lutrot, there is no way my mother will rule in favor of my wife ever in any conflict. My mother will never do it. This is why I forever support my wife. And it came to a time that my mother will even call my wife and tell my wife that you are the only one your husband listens to. So please tell him this for me. Why? Because I was a son, became a man, chose to be a husband, and have been made a father. So when I'm behaving, I am acting in my last position as a father to my children and a husband to my wife. People, we can resolve conflict, but it depends on the way we manage it. Which conflict do you have? Which one have you heard? What are you holding against your spouse? You read a message on his phone when the children were playing with the phone, and it's not left your system. Oh, conflict will come, but let's look for proper management of our conflict. And one of the key things that helps us to resolve conflict is anger management. Bible says, be angry. Don't allow the sun to go on your anger. It says, be angry, but sin not. Anger is an emotion characterized by antagonistic movement. When you're angry, nobody knows. It's inside you. What you use the anger for will determine the level of your anger. You need to go for anger management, because ubufua enye. Obibufua no unkasa 3 days.
That's me.
Wow, Bell. You have to call this number 862-571-3950. That is a weakness in your temperament.
Yes. Because, counselor, I know that in the midst of my anger, if I was to talk, first of all, when I'm so angry, I can't express myself properly. That's number one. And then secondly, things that I might come out to know, I will probably end up, offending, doing too much. I have to then apologize to you for, going overboard. So I have to sit in my silence for a moment to gather myself, gather how I want to address the whole thing. Then I'll come forward and address it. That's me.
So that is a weakness and not a strength.
Yes.
So you need counseling to overcome that weakness. We need to build strength for you because you might be angry one day and you have the opportunity to remain silent. There were books I read on anger on anger management. One book said when you are angry, hit the wall. I don't know if you read that book before. Do an activity. And I read that book and I told them that they should come to Ghana. Our blocks are 5 inches. So I watch people on the net. The son is angry and is hitting and breaking the plaster board. And the family say, leave him alone. The son is angry and he has locked himself in the room. And mommy is standing at the door. Kelvin. Kelvin. Mommy is sorry. Luciana, daddy is sorry. Open the door, daddy is sorry. Where? In whose apartment do you lock a door? Growing in my father's house, there was only one door that was closed. And that was mommy and daddy's door. And whether mommy is inside, daddy is inside, before you enter, you knock. And at times they are sitting in the sitting room. They've sent you into the room. They are waiting to hear that you are knocking the empty door. And you hear my daddy says, yes, go inside. If you like, when you knock, assume and enter. You are breaking a rule. Growing up, when our fees were paid, mommy will wake us up 5 a.m. Then we knock daddy's door. Go. They hear who's there. That is me, Casti. Come in. When we enter, the first thing is to kneel down. Good morning, daddy. He said, good morning. What's the matter? Daddy, thank you for paying our fees. Mommy said we should come and say thank you. It's not the fees I'm paying. Learn and become somebody in future. Okay, go. It was not a regimental disorder. This is what I am today. I don't get angry. I'm able to manage my anger. So, Belle, you need help. Maybe you are the girls that were closing the doors and they're knocking at the door. Belle! Belle!
I'll still do the things I'm supposed to do. I grew up in a typical Ghanaian home, as you said. But when my mother used to tell you, you do what you're supposed to do. She don't care.
And you again. But I see how there.
You will still cook. If you like, eat. If you don't like, don't eat. But after the cooking, you will do.
Yeah, that one was a good training. But we have to learn how to not knock off. Me, when I went now, we for 3 days. Next time we train now, we do 3 days. We be doing na me so me dia number.
Mine is normally like 24, not 3 days, but like 24 hours. But I need some time alone, basically.
Hey, time alone. Me, I won't give you time alone. Like my wife will wake up sometimes in the morning and she goes like, I don't feel like talking this morning. And that is the day I give her word to talk because I'm dealing with a therapy in her life as a melancholy. You need to come for therapy. And you know that it's sweet to be quiet, but it's sweet to talk and know how to talk. Season your words with salt. Like Akufo-Addo, His Excellency the President, went to where the Akosombo Dam spillage. And whilst he was making the statement, he has a harmless conversation. You saw that people attack him because they didn't understand where he was coming from.
Internal conflict.
You understand? He had an internal conflict and spill it to be external. for a joke. I didn't come here because of your vote. If it's because of vote, I won't come here because you didn't vote for me. But I know this coming year, you are going to vote for me. The spillage of the water became no story. But the statement of the president has given the people of Akosomo more donation than ever before. God works in mysterious way. Starboy, Kasa.
Maybe some question was I can last, but I answer. Counselor, you made mention of like a pastor ordering a husband to apologize to a wife. So if the man does that, then he's stupid, or I mean, he's not a man enough.
No, it's a curse. It's a curse to the wife.
Yeah. Are you trying to say that if I wrong my wife publicly, it's wrong to also apologize to my wife publicly?
Yes, please.
Why?
Because if your leader will apologize to you publicly, he loses his leadership quality.
Okay. I think it makes sense.
You are the one leading the ship. So if you come back to apologize, yes, you are wrong. You have a way to correct your wrong, not through apology. We don't apologize to people who are under us.
Really?
No.
So how do you correct those wrongs?
So whatever you did, if you give me examples of the mistakes, I'll tell you how to resolve it.
So please, Counselor, does that mean a man apologizing is an error? Anytime a man apologizes, it's an error.
It's an error. When you respond to an apology from your husband, from your mother, from your father, it becomes a curse on you.
Counselor,
please, you don't understand.
The bomb is too much. Yes, Sophie.
You don't understand. If you respond to an apology from a leadership, it means it's a curse for you.
Yes.
Please make it make sense, please.
Somebody just asked me, is he in Africa or what? In the world.
I have zillion questions. I want you to explain to us what you just said so I can bombard you with my questions.
Hey, did you use the word bombard? Are you aware today is a delivery day for my wife? Don't bombard me for this handsome. What is this? Where is Abner Sugar? Oh, I'm in trouble. Bombard. I hear you. Okay, so let me explain myself. Now, the leadership role of anybody leading you, you don't have an idea. The blueprint of a journey that is started by a leader is in the hands of the leader. Anytime a leader focuses on the followers, they lose focus. This is why a man that is not married is more focused than a man that is married. I'm not creating more confusion. I'm explaining with more examples. So stay focused. When you are not married, you are very focused. You are very reliable. We can trust and believe in your decisions. But when you get married, you lose focus. Because
a lot of noise from your side, please.
It's nobody. It's my star boy. It's my star boy. His swivel chair is making that noise. He's going to pick cookies. Okay, let me continue. So, when it comes to leadership, the boss stops with the leader. He makes mistakes. And whoever appointed him is the only person that can hold him responsible. So when Moses went to God and told God, the Israelites are murmuring because we moved them from Egypt, where they were eating garlic, to the desert where they don't have anything to eat. What should I do? Says Moses, move forward. When God spoke to prophet Hosea, go and marry the prostitute in the city, the congregation would never understood why the prophet would marry a prostitute. And Bible says, even when she was married, she was still going out there to sleep around. It was God's command to the leader. When God told Abraham, go and sacrifice your son Isaac, Bible says, and Abraham never told Sarah, not even the servants. Leadership doesn't turn back. So Bible says in the life of Noah, when the son went to see his nakedness, he cursed him because we cover father's nakedness. This is why I don't subscribe to those of you who can come to TikTok and rain loose insults on your parents because they didn't take care of you. I pity you. This is why when you are saying your husband is useless, I don't smile along with you, but I caution you because we're not raped. You gave in to him. Whatever he had. Yesterday, those of you who are watching, a woman came here, was hurt, was justifying why she has to say things against the husband. I only asked her one question. If this man suffers, what will these children be amounting to? Because no matter how useless that man is still the father of your children. Leadership must focus. Don't turn. So when you offend your wife, and you know you have offended your wife, there is a way to appease your wife. Public apology has never resolved any conflict, but creates more battles. Ready for the bombardment of the questions. If I have answered Bell, Starboy, and the rest.
Counselor, you just said that, if a woman says my husband is useless, this and that, is because you chose that man, to lay down with him. Counselor, I didn't choose my parents.
Good. Thank you. So who chose your parents?
Okay. I don't know, the universe.
So that is why I say that when you grow and they introduce you, this is your father, and he's a useless man, remain a child. Never fight the battle of a husband or a wife. So your mother tells you your father is dead whilst your father is alive. Then you discover later, like Yvonne Nelson, want to know who the father is and can write a book to disrespect the mother, can write a book to defame the mother, can write a book and paint the mother as a prostitute. But whoever she is, she was made by the mother. She will pay the price for it. And like joke, whatever she's blaming the mother for, has she not repeated the same thing? If Sarkodie's pregnancy was kept, what would be the difference between her and the mother? When the mother attempted to abort her and she said that was a bad thing the mother did, did she do the same? So you don't choose your parents. But if you grow and come and see that your father is useless, and the word useless is not an insult. I always tell people, in my context, useless are two words. Use, but less. Useful, use in full. So for all of you who are listening to me today, those on Facebook knows that term already. If you hear me using the word useless, it means that you are used but less. Useful means you are used in full. If you grow up and your mother says this is your father and he's nothing to write home about, before you accuse him, before you feel regretful and resentful, first and foremost, resolve the conflict in your heart. As nice and sweet as my mother is, how come she gave herself to such a man? Hey, mommy could have gone through a lot. Same way, if you grow and you come and meet that your father is Counselor Lutrot, look at your mother and say, Mom, thank you, because good name is better than riches. Ask yourself, how come mommy was able to live with a strong man called Counselor Lutrot? A man that is hated by everybody. How come mommy was able to be a wife to such a man? Remain as a child till you die. Never fight the battles of your mother. Don't create conflict. Your mother has not shown you who your father is. And you are 50 years. And you are fighting your mother. Stop the conflict. The woman knows why he has not shown you your father. One day he will do, or she will never do. Focus. It's wrong. Your mother has not shown you your father. It is not right. But she might have a reason. Stop fighting her. Stop creating conflict where there's no conflict. Choose your words and season your words with salt. No leadership. Anytime you are in a leadership position and you call for a meeting and says, team, thank you very much for your efforts and your support. I think that no matter what it is, we are all human beings. And I have to tell you people that I have failed you as a leader. I'm not supposed to cheat on my wife. As a pastor of this church, I stand against cheating. And it's wrong. And it will always be wrong. So I want to apologize to all of you. That join me, please apologize to my wife for cheating on her. You have collapsed yourself and collapsed the church. That is why I love Chidabosum. He did something. The first pastor in the world to have the courage to tell church members, stop gossiping. My wife is no more in this seat. The marriage has ended. This is a true man who understands church politics. Leadership is non qualagro. So husband, lead and stop compromising. Stop crying. Stop putting your head on the shoulder of your wife. The wife is not a neck. And if you are the head, I'm the neck. You are not the neck. Like you are gone. If my wife is my neck, see the way I'm turning on this TikTok. By this time she's gone. Leadership demands strong decisions. Never allow your father to apologize to you. And I know most of you, you are waiting for your father to come and apologize to you for what he did. Don't accept the apology of your father. You will be doomed forever. If your father is wrong, the man who called him as a father will punish him for what he has done to you. Never in your life summon a meeting and see your father kneeling down to say, I'm sorry, I neglected you when your mother was pregnant. Don't do it. If you have done it, we need to help you, because that was not resolution of conflict. And I had a young man on TV who was bold to tell the whole world in Ghana, my father didn't take care of me. But when I grew and now became a broadcaster, every morning he comes to my place because I should give him money to go and eat. And I give him graphic. He will read it. When he finished, then he will leave. When I heard him on radio, I drove my car to the studio. When I got to the entrance of GBC, they asked me that, do I have clearance? I don't have clearance to go and have a show, but I'm looking for so and so. He didn't know me. Radical George Lutro. I went to look for him in the office. I insulted him and told him I should go and beg on TV because he has cursed himself. People, he didn't mind me. As I'm speaking to you, his firstborn son that he has taken care of is doing the same thing to him like he did to the father. The guys have a problem. They say, Bell, you are lost. Let me explain. Se only a dia a plate Emma we just say only di mo ya ben many ama. The other papa you be a me man in pouch. Asima mami aka kire wo nyina fa papa ho no. Wo ye ba. The other papa catch your farm mami ho. And our mami wo no dwane ko Nigeria. Odi bema bi echi so odi dwa wan ba bi no ja wo na wadi 6 months. Me too mami nkabio na wo GSS1. And now could do a bruching. Leave your father and mother to have their quarrel. Remain as a daughter. Don't create conflicts.
Counselor, how about when the father or the mother has hurt you directly, not because of what your mom or dad said?
Can you give me an example of the hurt?
Okay, I'll use myself as an example.
Flow,
okay?
girl, flow.
So as I'm talking to you now, I have a conflict with my father. We're not on talking terms.
We'll resolve it.
And a lot has happened that I don't feel comfortable saying on here.
So then 862-571-3950 is the reason why I will always be here, according to Starboy.
As you said, for me, I am waiting
for him to come and apologize to you.
I'm waiting for an apology or like some sort of acknowledgement from what he did because I'm hurt.
Don't do it. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you to go and receive the father's blessing before he passes on. Bell, have the whole world. Lose all your money, but never lose the father's blessing. Bell, lose your husband's covering. Lose 911 protection. Lose your social security number. Never lose your father's blessing. Because no man on earth can ever give you your father's blessing. Can I finish with a Starboy? Starboy train. Obi sure be bombarding me or him.
Oh no.
I'm waiting for the bombard. I like questions. You see, the strength of Councillor Lutrot is questions.
I know.
So the question that I want to ask is
go ahead.
Concerning the spouse one.
Good.
I know we all make mistakes somehow, and sometimes choosing our partners.
That's right.
We don't go through the right procedures. Sometimes out of being naive. Sometimes thinking of maybe a best way to escape maybe problems or poverty, whatever it is.
That's true. That's true.
But the moment you get into this kind of space, there's good morning. There's so many. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So all the time it's like different kind of stuff do come up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll be dealing with a person who had anger issues from childhood.
Good.
Never got over it.
Good.
And you get married to this individual.
Good.
And it's like whenever you have issue with this person,
good.
It takes like months.
Good.
It takes weeks.
Good.
It takes maybe days
good.
Before the person could just come out. Or better still, if you do not like try to resolve issues with this individual, the person is never willing to. And they are not afraid to even do shit, even though they know it will hurt them.
That's true.
How do you go about such a couple?
Thank you. So unfortunately for us, there is something we call, I have a main topic that I'll come and treat: road to conflict resolution. Today was somebody's topic I'm treating, but let me address your own. There are two things that we need to do for ourselves. We have what we call the premarital counseling. Now watch it. Premarital counseling is not when you find a guy who wants to marry you, so you go for counseling. That is wrong. Premarital counseling is when you feel that you are aging and want to do self-discovery so you can prepare a personality checklist for yourself that will suit an individual who you can merge with. Because hear me, science says like poles, they repel. Unlike poles, they attract. So if you become like poles, you repel. If you want to attract, you should be unlike poles. So in premarital counseling, not church counseling, discovering yourself, knowing your temperament profile plates. I don't know how many of you here have done your test on temperament profile. I challenge anybody watching me that come and do the test with me. If you don't change, I'll refund your money to you back. I'm challenging anybody who says, I want to throw my money to Chacha. I will refund it to you. We have not discovered ourselves. We don't know ourselves. So if you have anger issues from childbirth, it is not in marriage that it has to show off. You need to treat yourself. If you have family conflicts, you don't know your mother, you don't know your father, you are not in talking terms with your parents. I am not supposed to know this at marriage. It should be resolved. So in premarital counseling, you discover yourself. And that is where you realize that you are writing the name of your grandfather. You are not Joanna Mensah. As a matter of fact, your mother is called Juliana Mensah. And when your father impregnated and ran away because he was afraid of your grandfather, they didn't go to announce again. And your grandfather said, I will name you. So you are called Joanna Mensah because of your grandfather. You should know this before you start thinking of marriage. And you can only know this not in any time, but when you go through premarital professional counseling. So the first one is premarital counseling.
Okay, so counselor, I get to this point. I get what you're saying, right? But what I'm trying to ask is, okay.
So I'm coming to what do you do? When I get to what do, you get the answer.
What you say, huh?
I'm going to what do you do to answer your question. So I'm telling you that I said two things. So the first one is premarital, discovering yourself. I have anger issues. I cannot stay. I have addiction of drinking, addiction of masturbation. These things will come up in your premarital counseling. Then you resolve it before you marry. If you don't resolve it and get married, then you need what we call post-marital counseling. So the post-marital is where now your wife has discovered that you have anger issues. Then you have to now link him for a joint post-marital counseling. And then the professional counselor, like me, George Lutrot, will discover childhood deficiency in anger management. Then I treat it on his behalf. So when you miss post-marital counseling, this your issue can be resolved. When you miss premarital counseling, this your issue can be resolved in post-marital counseling. And remember.
All right. So meaning a wife or a husband cannot resolve it on their own.
Never.
Until. All right. Okay.
The reason is because you married me when I was 30. I have lived with this defensive mechanism. So watch it here. My mouth is very big. It's big like Shatawale's mouth. Like Shatawale said, his mouth is disability. So my mouth is big. Growing up, everybody insults you. See your big mouth. You will not amount to anything. With this big mouth, who will marry you? Then you didn't go to work on it. Then I get married to Belle. I love her so much. Then we're just sitting down in the couch in a happy mood. I put my head on the thigh of Belle. Then Belle is bringing the mouth to give me a kiss. Then he says, hey, you two, your mouth is big. Oh, how come I married such a big mouth? Then he gave me a kiss. Remember what he just did? She has triggered unresolved anger from childhood of a big mouth. In my heart, everybody can tell me my mouth is big, but not Belle. I thought becoming Councillor Lutrot, Pastor Lutrot, Lawyer Lutrot, President Lutrot, nobody can ever tell me my mouth is big again. But unfortunately, my better half just did. I'll be angry.
And I think I'm getting your point. That's the reason why most of those people, when their wives and husband try to correct or maybe try to point out what they've noticed, it triggers them most for them to misbehave.
Thank you, because it is not what you said that is making them angry. There is something that we call in psychology presbyter. So there's a precipitating effect of the anger. Childhood. How do you pay for the sins of somebody's childhood deficiency? Listen to me. I don't know how many of you know potty training. Belle, do you know potty training?
Oh, yes, I know.
Starboy, only potty training. Don't tell that.
Toilet training. No, toilet training your town. You basic how to use the toilet on their own.
Starboy. So let me tell you the effect of potty training. The effect of potty training has been defeated negatively with diapers.
It's true.
So the wayward upbringing of our children is as a result of diaper training in place of potty training. Look, I know who I am. I know who I am.
Remember, I said I have zillion questions. So with what you're saying, okay, supposing maybe my husband is girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
And girlfriend has anger issues from childhood, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I kind of know how to manage my anger.
Yeah.
And because I do not want to lose girlfriend,
yeah,
I feel like whenever he's angry, I should always apologize to him. I should always make him feel like, oh, let's
it was your fault,
blah blah blah, and all that. And it's like 2-3 days we are good, and he triggers again. Is that the right way for me to go about it?
You are the most weak. You are the most wicked person on earth who has gotten an opportunity to reverse a misbehavior and misconduct from childhood deficiency, and you are not helping. So you become a burden.
Okay.
Somebody's son you met was 30 years and married you. Yesterday, I said it on this show. Somebody said he wants to marry a guy, if you remember. And I said, if anybody has any lifestyle of addiction, smoking, drinking, addicted to something, and want to reverse it to marry you, don't agree. I will never sanction a Muslim and a Christian getting married unless they are not genuine Christians or genuine Muslims. Because a genuine Christian would never marry a genuine Muslim. Unless a fake Christian that will marry a Muslim, or a fake Muslim that will marry a Christian. And anybody who will convert because of marriage and marry will come back and show you the green light, that you are the reason why I'm suffering. So once the person has a problem, I have been trained to do the work. Listen, I speak to people here. I give them my number. From Monday till today, nobody has called.
Starboy, I'm sorry, but would you kindly mute yourself? There's a lot of like hissing and this noise from your side. Thank you so much.
Only girl, that's the problem.
Only potty training girl. It's not ready for a girl.
What you are saying? So we are meeting people who have challenges, and I'm saying that look, when I come and do parenting on TikTok, I think all of us will change. Listen, I've never forgotten the effects of potty training. We went to a big man's house, and I went to the washroom to wee-wee or to urinate. Then we didn't know the term wee-wee. When I entered, they have urinated on the seat. So I came out. And when I came out, my mother saw me and was having a conversation. Then he said, "What's the matter?" And I said, "There's urine on the thing." And she smiled. "Oh, let's go and let me see." People, when my mother took me inside the toilet, my mother locked the toilet, beat me mercilessly, quietly in the toilet. I've never forgotten till this age. And she told me why she beat me up. He says, when you go into a washroom and the seat is messed up, immediately you come out and report. It is nobody who did it. It is you who did it. So when you go to a washroom and the seat is messed up, wipe it and use it and leave. Make sure when you are leaving, you keep it decent. I was 8 years by then. At this old age of mine, I have not forgotten. We went to a place, a woman opened Fanta to share for us. Immediately she opened the Fanta, she said, "Oh, I didn't know you were coming with the children. Oh, these are only 2 bottles. How do I share for them?" Then she started pouring. Then my mother opened her eyes. Blink this, 3 to my sisters. We should say, "We are satisfied." So when the woman started pouring, we said, we are okay, we just took some. He said, "Oh, sir." Potty training. Right now, look at your children. When you give them an eye because there's a visitor, they should go into the children's room. "Mommy, you are eyeing me, oh. Mommy, you are eyeing me. Mommy, stop eyeing me, oh."
Counselor, you're acting like Tubolo. Mommy, why are you looking at me like that?
What do you mean? In which history? Potty training is gone. You want to wee-wee? Hey, it's a morning ritual. When you wake up, you are put on the potty. And so your digestive system is built from childhood. You can't have pot belly. Now you can grow. Get up in the morning, 3 days on near.
Counselor, another question again. Okay.
Go ahead.
So based on this same thing that I'm talking about,
yes, my dear.
Supposedly, maybe you're living with him, your maybe one of his family members. Okay, and that family member could be maybe the mother or the father. Okay. And whenever there's an issue, immediately they come in between, they be like, oh, you have to take heart because that's who he or she is. Deal with it. What do you say to that person and what do you do?
Have they married their son before?
What you say? No, they haven't. No, what you say?
Have they married their son before?
Have they married their son before? Who are that they? No.
Okay, so my answers are very straight. I don't know how to sugarcoat it, but I think I made this illustration. Anytime my wife goes to report me to my mother as a son, my mother doesn't know me as a husband. Look, during sexual intercourse, my behavior, my mother have not seen it before.
No, this isn't a report, but rather
you are not getting. You are not getting the answer.
Okay.
The man is misbehaving. Then the parent comes to tell you, have patience. This is how he is. Is that not it?
Or the woman.
Is that not it? And I'm saying that. Have they ever been a husband to this woman before?
No.
So how can they tell you his behavior as a wife? Apart from you, the husband.
Tell me again.
Your wife is misbehaving, and immediately she misbehaved. The mother comes to say that this is how she is, so please have patience for her. Have they married her before?
No.
So once they've not married her before, they don't have an antidote to what you are complaining about.
So what do you tell them then? Because there are some people that will constantly be on your neck and wouldn't allow you to, say anything. Rather, they will make you feel like, oh, that's who she is, so deal with it.
So what? So one of the bad things is pretenses. If you enter into any church, 90.1% of the people are pretenders. So your mother-in-law is not ready to see the daughter changing, but ready to see you accommodating the nonsense of your wife, who is a daughter to them. Hear me. There are friends that when you tell them you are going to church, the so-called Sofu Ben, Sofu Lutrot. Hey, also there, Sikaka Kra when Yano, what do call Makwa say Manedi, Jimmy Foy Nakola, sorry. Hey, Uncle Pepe Binda. The same group call them and say, Charlie, this is my pole. Myself, if I bell joint when I'm in Nubi. Hey, Charlie, do a friend, remember swim back in so. They never want you to get rid of your addiction. They want to support you in your addiction because a change is not going to help them. So when your mother-in-law steps in for the son-in-law or the daughter-in-law, it is left with you who has made the mistake of not discovering yourself before getting married, and he not discovering himself before getting married. That is why you need post-marital counseling on 862-571-3950. Clap for counseling.
Okay. All right. So two things I've learned, if I'm not mistaken.
Go ahead.
One of you have a habit that they cannot do away with in marriage. Neither one of you has the right to correct each other, but you should go to the right source for help.
Thank you.
And secondly, a mother-in-law, a father-in-law trying to tell you to deal with a person's behavior, it's not the right way to deal with it. So you shouldn't, I don't know how to put it. You shouldn't listen to such an advice.
No, I never said listen to them, but take a decision to seek for help, because any behavior of a spouse that is awkward, if it's not treated, will become a public disgrace to you.
Right. Okay, I get it.
Counselor, if you could kindly repeat the number again, because someone's asking for it.
862.
Put it at the comment section. Counselor, so what is it 00233
Okay, so in America, I don't know what the code in America. If it's Ghana, you do +1 or 002.
Oh, okay. I think it's +1.
So +1 862 +1 862 571 3950. The WhatsApp code. When I leave this country, I'll give you my number. You can call me direct, and I pick calls than anybody in Ghana. 001.
Counselor, which state are you in?
At the moment, I am hiding in America.
Okay, you don't want to tell your state. Okay,
It's not that I don't want to tell. I move too much.
Oh, that's okay.
But when you come to my inbox, I'll give you my house address.
All right, okay.
Because they didn't believe that when I come to America, I'll have a house to live in. They thought I'll live on a tree.
But with your code, I can know where you are, so don't worry.
This code is Jersey.
Don't worry.
But I'm not in Jersey.
You are a counselor, and I know how to deal with that. Don't worry.
Because you're not the only person who did cybersecurity. I'm a cybersecurity engineer. Okay, I said, dang. That was just by the way, my dear. Any other question? More bombardment in the next 5 minutes. Let me wrap up because in the evening at 5:30, we have a topic called how to marry after divorce, with children or without children. Ebeye Dese.
I think Godfred had a question. Oh, is it Jay? Jay has a question.
Yeah, I have a question.
So go ahead.
Good day, sir.
Yes.
I came in with the problem with, let's say, parents and children matters. Okay, but I really want to understand this thing. Why is it that when the parent is at fault, we are the ones that still have to go and seek for forgiveness? Or why is it that we have to now still go to the person when it's the other way around? Because but as an example, my mother, honestly, between me and my twin sister, may say, you know what, I'm just going to try and win her love back. But as for my twin sister, since we were 14 years old, she hasn't spoken to my mom like ever again till today. Emma, and we are 33 years old now, and the incident started when we were 14 because my mom threw her out because she got pregnant early. So now the thing is this, like, why? Because I feel like my mom should actually apologize.
So can I please come and ask this question?
Sure.
What did your mom do wrong, please?
Okay.
She threw her out.
Yeah, she threw her out when she got pregnant at an early age.
Hold on, brother. Okay. Hold on. What did your mom do wrong, brother?
She rejected her.
She did what?
She rejected her. For me, that's wrong.
Oh, we're not doing wrong and right, young man.
Okay.
Follow me.
How old was she?
No, hold on. Bell, hold on. Please. Brother, yes, what did your mother do wrong? Remember in my lecture, I said to resolve conflict is to understand the foundation of the conflict. Bell, you remember?
Of course.
So, young man, just help me. Mommy must apologize to your sister. I'm not fighting it. What wrong has your mom done?
The wrong that she did was, throwing her out. That's good. Like I said, that's how I see it.
So hold on. Your mom threw her out from where?
From her house.
Whose house?
From my mom's house.
Why?
Because she got pregnant.
Was she raped?
No.
Is pregnancy an airborne disease?
No.
Did your mother raise her to get pregnant at 14?
Well, technically, she didn't raise us at all, but
Hello.
that's another story.
Hello. Did your mother raise her to get pregnant at 14?
My dad didn't raise her to get pregnant at 14.
Hello.
No.
Did your mother raise her to get pregnant at 14?
No.
Was she living on the street when she got pregnant at 14?
No.
Is your mother wrong to throw a 14-year-old girl who has gotten pregnant?
Yes.
Why?
As a mother, so I
have you been a mother before?
No.
So don't talk as a mother. Hi.
But counselor, as a mother, I'm a mother. I can speak on Jay's behalf.
Hello, hold on. Belle, as a mother, your daughter at 14 is pregnant. You keep her in your house. Is that not it?
I will.
As a mother.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. As a wrong mother, you want 14-year-old woman in your house. That's okay. But as a mother,
she's still my daughter.
Nobody said when you throw a child out of your house, she's no more your daughter. It is when the child refuses to come and apologize to come back. When your father is chasing you to beat you out of the house, you run to Auntie Aku's house. They bring you back to apologize. Who keeps you in the house till the next day doesn't want your future. Your sister will suffer. Keep my word. Keep my word.
That's the funny thing. She's not suffering. I'm rather the one suffering.
Hello. Young man, wait. This is counselor talking. Sure. Take my word. Record it. She should grow to 946 years and wait for your mother's apology. She will suffer. And I promise you, what she's doing to your mother, unless she doesn't deliver, the same thing will be done to her. You think your mother is a fool? That under her nose, her daughter at 40 will get pregnant. And when they throw you out, you have the guts to stay out. What do you mean?
She came back to us, to my dad, like, because my dad raised us basically. So
young man,
she didn't stay out.
Young man, we are talking about your mother throwing her out of the house. Did she come back to your mother? No. Is it your father who threw her out? No. What an impudence and pride. Nonsense. Which woman will go through labor for 9 months and will cast her daughter out? Do you know what pregnancy is? You get pregnant at 40 and you think you're right. What do you mean? Is that the process to become a mother? If I got pregnant of you at 14, you think I want you to repeat the same thing? Insolent at 33, you want your mother to come and beg you. Who are you? Who are you? And people like this are in leadership position. Happy not talking to the mother. Go and see the process by which the mother you went through to deliver her. Go and hear the story. Go and listen to the vision the woman has for such a daughter. You're sitting somewhere saying that if you go and talk to her about your mother, she will insult you. God punish her with the insult. Jimmy, sir. There's a motive of what school.
So, Counselor, can I ask you a question?
Counselor, why?
About your kafra, no harm in calling you.
Counselor, can I ask a question?
Please ask your question.
Yeah, I have this question. So, does it mean that the mother throwing the child out from the house, is it the right thing to do? I just want to know.
All right, so if you ask right, there's one thing I keep saying. Right is right, even if nobody is practicing it. Wrong is wrong, even if everybody is practicing it. May I answer your question? If your daughter at 14 brings pregnancy. Is it right?
No. It's not right.
So was the mother right to throw her out?
Yeah, it's in a form of punishment, but not forever. Like
no mother will punish the child, but every time they spank you and find a way to bring you back. But it is left with you to show to them.
Yeah.
It is left with you to show to them that yes, mommy, you have a bright future for me. Yes, mommy, you wanted something for me. This has happened. I am back to you. No mom will kill you. But if your pride keeps you outside, if your pride keeps you outside.
Counselor, with this issue, if the daughter would have been remorseful to come to the mother to apologize, and yet she still throw her out, throw her out. How do we resolve this?
Yeah.
If your daughter, have you ever chased somebody to beat the person and then he just stopped? The hormone in the human anatomy says you can't react. Would you be a child of bono? Would you be child of bona dear? Would dinner china no jinaho? Bome. Even when your mother is beating you and you're not running, they want to push you with a cane to run away. So when a mother throws you out, it's because you have broken them down as a mother. They see themselves as failures. This is not what they had for you. Never ever go against your mother, because if I tell you I work in the labor world. People, I have seen beautiful women deliver, and after delivery, they have twisted. Look, today I'm celebrating the delivery of my wife. This woman came into the mind with no mark on the tummy because of the delivery of my daughter. She has a mark on the tummy. Then I'll see my daughter standing against the mother. She will lose her inheritance forever until she apologizes. Hear me. Motherhood is not a joke. So never think that you are a child in modern Jay-Z millennium country. Be careful. Be careful.
Yeah.
Your sister needs to think.
All right, counselor. So I'm just asking. Oh, sorry to cut you off, Godfred, please. Okay, so I think it wouldn't really fit if I say that. First of all, thank you so much for this, because like I said, I just want peace at the moment, honestly.
But let me ask a question before you continue.
Yeah.
Why do you say you are suffering? Can I hear that? If you can't share it here, if you can't share it here, 862
yeah
571
yeah
3950. People on Facebook, I have not left you. There's so much injury on TikTok.
Thank you so much. So I'll see you back. I'll see you back. Thank you so much.
Somebody should clap for Councillor Lutroto. You know, yesterday what my wife said, I'm now understanding it. She asked me, so who are you?
Counselor, Michael Powers is asking, so what if when she threw the daughter out, something fatal had happened?
Something fatal like what?
I don't know, got hit by a bus and dead.
But if you're hit by a bus and die, who is dead? If you are hit by a bus and die, who is dead?
Hey, counselor.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't understand my question. Answer me. If I throw my daughter out of our house and a car knocks her outside, who is dead?
The child.
No, who is dead?
The child is dead.
No, hear the question. You see, all of you will fail my class. I'm a wicked lecturer. If I throw my daughter out and she's knocked down by a car and die, who is dead?
The mother?
Your daughter.
Congratulations.
The mother?
No.
No, your daughter. How is the mother dead?
Yeah, but that's we said it first. Daughter,
No.
He said it's wrong.
No, you said the child. The child is
okay.
not.
Yeah, the daughter.
I have not lost a child. I have lost a daughter.
Lost your daughter.
I've lost a son.
Okay.
So if I know I can lose a daughter,
Because he was spending the rest of his life in prison. True too.
that's also a good one there in America, not in Ghana.
Yeah, that's also a good one. Yeah, and then their kids will also lose. Okay, yeah. It goes
But
on.
hear me, I have lost a daughter. But even whilst she's out there, oh Jesus, I don't know. Look, hey, at times, you know how I feel. I feel like, do people understand me, or I'm too known? Because as I'm speaking to you,
No,
you see,
understand you.
I watch.
Counselor, you know the thing with you, yeah.
Yeah.
If you listen to counselor on like a plain level without thinking deeper, it sounds like it sounds very stupid and very harsh. Sorry, I'm using the word stupid, counselor. You know that's what I mean. But it just sounds so harsh. You have to think deeper to really understand the level he's coming from.
Thank you, Beth.
Honestly speaking, if you just listen on a plain level, you're like, nah, is this guy okay?
Yeah.
As I said to you, now I'm sitting here and somebody like you have no idea what's going through my mind.
Yeah, because you have to get back to your father and apologize. Now, watch it here. Let me give you a story. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Belle, you do it. Belle, and the day you will do it, you'll be free like a bird out of a cage. I'm telling you. Mark my words. I beat my chest. I swear on the delivery date of my wife. If you follow my instructions,
You're right, it's true.
if you follow my instructions, Belle, you will be better than this. Because you are holding on to a blessing that you will never get from anywhere. Now watch it here. There's a story of the prodigal son. In the book of Luke chapter 16. Hear the story. The story says, and the son, there were a man who had two sons. The younger son asked the father, give me my portion of the estate. And the father gave. And he went into a far country. Listen, do you know what brought the boy back home? It was not the starvation. It was not because the food was finished. And I'm saying this to battle my point, that your sister should come back. If she doesn't come back, she will suffer. She is not at peace. I'm saying this to you. Let her hear it. And the rest of you who are holding things against your parents. The prodigal son said, and I love what he said. He said, even in my father's house, the maid servants will not eat this food. Ah, Jesus. The reason why the boy came back is because he has a feeling of parenting from the father's house. It's not about the hardship. Even in my father's house, the maid servant will not eat food with pigs. I have sinned against God and sinned against my father.
And counselor, even to back you up, even in the same Bible, when Jacob and Esau,
he said, Father. He said, my father.
Is right. Yes.
Is there any of the blessing left?
Yes.
The father's blessing.
Nothing.
The father's blessing.
Yeah, and he says there is nothing. And he continued like telling his father, is there not anything left?
Bless me too.
The father said, yes. So okay,
bless me too. Bless me too. And before he was coming back, and the brother was going to meet him with goods to apologize, he was coming with two wives, two concubines with a lot of sheep. Nobody can bless you if your father curses you, not even God. Never. Look. Jabez suffered because the mother bore her out of pain. Don't allow a mother's pain to follow you. You are nobody.
When I'm reporting over Lakeside Police Station. Jimmy for. Obviously, she because of that, she said that, and then it was like it's a threat.
They should tell your sister to take your mother to court and she should be jailed. Tell her, I say.
My mom just said it to someone, and now Oko report say.
Do you know why your mother is still discussing your sister?
Why?
Because she has a blessing, she has to give it to your sister.
That's her daughter back. Yeah.
I mean, we've tried, and that's my issue.
You can't remember what the scripture says. The scripture says that when the prodigal son was out of the house, every day the father's heart was searching for him. You think she threw a daughter out to go and die there? She threw a daughter out so that the daughter will have some remorsefulness and come and apologize. But the daughter went to the father, thinking that the father's place is better than the mother's place. Tell your sister to come back.
Counselor, let me ask you this. With what you just said, that every day the father is hurting. He's also hurt. I feel like at this moment, no, I'm using myself an example again. I'm hurting, and I know for a fact that my father is also hurting.
And the best thing to do is to go. When your father comes for you, you are doomed forever.
I've been told by my brother that he doesn't stop talking about you.
So go and apologize. If you allow him to come and apologize to you, you are finished. Bible says in the book of Ephesians.
I don't even want an apology. I just.
Hey, Bell. Stop. Hear this one. Ephesians chapter 6. Children, obey your parents and the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, that it may be well with you, that you may live long on earth. Longevity on earth is not how many years you spend, it's how you spend the years on earth with the Father's blessing.
Counselor, since it's confession time.
When the time going to the right time for closing, hey, and you may go show.
Counselor, you're making me. I'm hurting so bad.
Oh.
This one has hurt me so. Baby. Chinese yenny bebe. Baby, mute yourself.
Hey, don't mute. Pull it out. Come on, let it come. Pull it. Go ahead. Flow, Bell. Flow.
Bell has been dealing with this for a long time, and Counsel, I'm just happy that
I'm here.
You are relieving my sister from all this.
I'm here.
Because honestly,
she's not the only person I'm relieving. A lot of people are being relieved right now. God has a way of dealing with us.
Media, listen to me first before I won't cry though, but
hold on. Sister, hold on. Nobody thought Bell will cry. So hold on. When it comes to Counselor Towasi, boy, no, it's different.
Yeah.
He has a different dimension. This boy sitting here, if the wife will ask, who are you? He sleeps with a man. He has sex with a man. Then he asks him, who are you? Bell never prepared to meet this. Yeah. But God knows what I'm supposed to do today. I was going to close exactly at 12:30, at 2:30.
I think I have something to say based on my understanding concerning all the teachings. If I'm right, I'm wrong too. You can just.
I'm coming. I'll correct you. I want to help a sister.
Okay.
Bell, continue tearing. And the more you tear, it will hit your father wherever he is. It will hit him. It will hit a man. The story of your birth cannot be discussed in public.
Yes.
But Bell, I'm telling you what this man has gone through for you and what you have done to him. He still has a heart open for you, like the father of the prodigal son. You are not older than your father. You cannot be older than him. He gave birth to you. so you can't control him. Allow yourself. Your husband spoke, you didn't hear. Your friend spoke, you didn't hear. Now it's on 26K likes, 176 views. Hit your chest and make a decision. Because this will help you. I promise you, when you open up to your Father, life will be better for you. You'll be healed. You'll be shocked that something you are battling with, like sickness, will flee and go bam. God has a reason for every gathering. I don't pride myself, but I have prayed for 5 hours just to come and treat unresolved conflict. I didn't read for 5 hours. Belle is my witness. The time she was chatting me and the time I came up, she doesn't understand. This is not by man. This is by the Spirit of the Lord. You can believe it or deny it. Maybe this show was organized for Belle. Don't hold your father or your mother in your heart. You've not been them before. You've not been them before. 862.
Counselor, I went
571.
I went to London just a month ago.
Yes.
To my sister's wedding, you know.
Yes.
My daughter. Because I was hurting so bad, I said my dad would never touch my daughter ever. You know?
Good.
To see her on social media or whatnot, but to actually talk to her, touch her, and say this is my granddaughter, it will never happen.
Good.
So I went to my sister's wedding.
Good.
You know, he was sitting over there.
Good.
Over there, and
Good.
there was no mention of what, nothing. And I didn't feel anything.
Good. But how do you feel now? You feel bad. It's pride. I know my rights. I pray that God will break it off you. Bible says that the Spirit of the Lord is upon me to heal the brokenhearted, to set the captive free. I release you out of the cage of disgrace and shame and pride. Jesus. May the Lord open you out. May you fly out like a bird out of a cage. May your emotions not drive you to do what will kill you, but what will release you. As for the devil, he came to kill, to steal, and to destroy. But he has come to give you life and give you more abundantly. Belle, if you hear your father is dead today, that will be the end of your living on earth. Rise up like the prodigal son. Go back.
Good, I'm getting emotional. Anyways.
You told us you won't cry, so be careful.
Oh, no. Cancel me. I'm not going to cry, but me crying. I've not started my.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Me, I won't cry. Counselor,
no. She only cries at orgasm. It's okay. She only cries at orgasm.
And no cry me soon.
Test me, says, yeah, Liambo, Belle Sini Penny, but when Obi guys have what me be obiasem. Nanka your pon.
I was say my.
Say yours, and let me close.
Okay, counselor. So me, okay. I love my mother.
Congratulations. So and you hate your father?
Okay. Never. My father has been my best friend, even in death.
Congratulations.
Okay. So.
But can you befriend a ghost? Allow the ghost to go. Thank you.
I can't let go with that.
So you have a problem. You have a problem. We have to help you. Allow the ghost to go. Otherwise, it will be difficult to have anybody in your life. Are you married?
I am
married.
How is your husband doing in your life?
He's doing good. We're doing great.
He's competing, but he's competing with your father in the grave. Go ahead, I'm listening.
All right, okay. So, Counselor, I love my mom, okay, but there's one thing that there's this thing going on with me that I don't understand. So, basically, when I was little, my mother gave me out to her sister, okay, and when she gave me to her sister, it was like nobody really wanted to tell me that she wasn't my biological mother. So growing up, I knew her sister to be my mother, okay, and my mother to be my aunt. And my mother didn't really show me much love because she didn't want me to be addicted to her or get addicted to her, whatever it is. So I grew up and later on traveled when I was like around like 9, 10 thereabout. And the person that I've known to be my mother kind of gave me that treatment. She mistreated me somehow and made me know my existence, that she's not my biological mother, okay? So then I've grown to love the one that I thought it was my mother more than my mom, because I thought she was my biological mother. And when I realized it, I called my mom and I said, why have you done this to me? And my mom still doesn't accept the fact that she has wronged me by giving me out to her sister. But she still pushes me to her just because she never had a child. And even if I want to discuss something with my mom, she asked me to tell her sister first. And I feel like my mom is rejecting me, even at this age. Though I love her, yeah, she's taking care of my kids and everything and all that. But I still don't understand why she can't, publicly accept me that I'm her daughter, but still insists that I should call her sister my mother.
My dear, who's your mother?
My mother is my mother.
Girl, who's your mother?
I don't know how to put it. My mother is there.
Do you know your mother?
Yes, I know my mother. Now.
Do you know your mother?
Yeah, I know my mom now.
Girl, do you know your mother?
Counselor, I don't know how to answer you.
Because you're not answering my question.
I'm confused.
Thank you. Do you know your mother?
I have two mothers, and I know my birth mother and I know my mother that raised me.
Yeah.
So no.
Do you know your mother?
Okay, no, Counselor, no. I don't know what to say.
You don't know your mother?
No.
Why has it been too long for you not to look for your mother?
I've tried talking to my mom.
Are you looking for your mother?
Yes.
Are you looking for your mother?
I cried. I'm still looking for my mom.
Do you know your mother?
Still no, because no one has proven themselves to be a mother.
I repeat my questions. Are you looking for your mother?
Yes. I'm confused. Yes, I am looking for my mom.
Do you know your mother?
Yes, she does. I know my mom.
Are you looking for your mother?
Counselor.
Yeah.
If there's anything you want to say because they're making me confused.
Thank you. Don't worry. Stay in the confusion. Do you know your mother?
No. She's asking, do you know who your mother is?
No, I didn't. I never said that. I never said you know who your mother. I said, do you know your mother? So allow me to do my questions. That's what I did to Belle. Eh?
Yes, I know my mom.
Are you looking for your mother?
Yes, I'm looking for my mom.
Do you know your mother?
Yes, I know. Yes, I know my mom, but yet I'm looking for answers from my mother.
Do you know your mother? Do you know your mother? Yeah.
Okay, no. Even if I said no, he's not asking me. So what do I say?
None of the people, none of the people here know what you're going through as I'm working on you now. Nobody knows what you're feeling. You are getting to a point where you are standing or sitting, you are becoming uncomfortable. But my question is, do you know your mother? Thank you. Thank you. Push it. Push it. It's there. The original answer is there. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't worry. Go ahead. It's normal. It's normal. It's been long. You've held this thing for too long. You can't pretend forever. Do you know your mother?
Yeah, I can't.
Do you know your mother?
I just can't.
Do you know your mother?
No.
Are you looking for your mother?
Yes.
Do you know where to find your mother?
I don't know.
The one you love too much, is it your mother?
No.
Why do you love her too much?
I can't explain why.
You can. Why do you feel hurt?
Because I feel like
go push it.
This child.
Go
I
push
feel
it.
like there's this child in me.
Push
There's
it.
the child in me
Push
that
it.
never grew up.
Push it.
There's the child that needs to grow.
Push it.
And
push it.
It's like I've been
push it.
putting this shield mechanism of being an adult, but there's this child hiding.
Who is hurting you?
Which needs to grow.
Who is hurting you?
My best mother.
Who is that? You don't know her.
And I don't know her.
And you're looking for her.
Yeah.
Who will show you your mother?
I don't know.
Sorry. Who? Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry. Sorry. You've covered this thing up too much. You've shown strong face, but you're not you. This is not you. This is the real you. This is the original you. This must end. It can't last. You are looking for your mother. You are looking for your mother.
Yeah.
Who is lying to you? It's hurting you. Who is lying to you?
Everybody, even my grandma.
The grandma too is lying to you.
Yes, all of them. Like, I don't know why. All the family and anybody that I try to talk to them about this issue, like, they kind of brush it off.
Everybody is lying to
like,
you.
Yes, they make
and
it.
You are looking for your mother. You are looking for your mother. Is it wrong to find your mother?
No.
Your children have mothers. You want to show love to your mother.
Yeah.
But you are confused. Who is doing this to you?
All the family.
Why are they doing this to you?
Because they want to make my other mother happy. But they are not fully listening to me.
They're hurting you.
Yeah, it's really hurts.
Open up. It's hurting. Break down. It's okay. It's normal. Go ahead.
It really hurts.
It's normal. Go
really
ahead.
Affecting me.
Let it go. Let it go. Open up. You are hurt. Don't hold back.
Because even when I give birth, right, as I speak, my kids are with my mom, my birth mom.
So you know your mom?
Yes, I don't know her. But then I've opened my heart to just let go. The reason is because after I gave birth, I understood that being a mother, there are certain decisions that
we can make that might affect our kids one way or the other. But in some ways too, it's a way of protecting them. You understand?
Are you trying to cover up for the mother you're looking for?
No, I'm not covering for her, but it's
but
just
your
that
head.
I'm just going with.
Nobody's understanding your head.
With what everybody's saying.
Everybody's hurting around you, and they don't know they're hurting you. They want you to pretend to be like them, but you can't pretend.
No, I'm very different from them.
You are too honest to hide up like that, and it is enough for you now. Somebody must show you your mother.
It just pissed me off.
Others are crying for you. I don't know why others are crying for you on Facebook. People feel hurt.
Because this is something you cannot even say. You cannot even.
You can't talk about it.
Yes, whenever you talk about it, it's like I'm being ungrateful.
People say that you should just focus. You should just be fine. But you're looking for your mother.
Because there are times that I'm not the sociable type.
Yes.
But there are times that there are certain things I feel like I need my mother, but yet there's no one.
So you are looking for your mother.
Yes, and due to that, I kind of decided to be a mother to everybody because it feels like.
And you are tired. And you are tired. You are tired. You are breaking down. You are only pretending for a while. Somebody hear this girl out. We need to look for your mother. We need to look for your mother. We need to look for your mother. Knowing your mother will solve the problem. We need to look for your mother. We need to look for your mother.
I don't know what to do.
There's a lot you can do. I know your mother. But I'm afraid when I show you your mother, you know embrace her as your mother. But I know her. I know her. You need help. And it's not just to help. This is a confused wife in the hands of a husband. This is a confused mother to children. This is a beautiful soul that everybody sees her and they want her around them. But there is a shield that she has broken out today. May God release you out of it. May God release you. May God release you. May the Spirit of God release you. Let there be a divine release for you. Forgiveness. 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 Open up. Forgive. There's no problem that is not resolvable. Try. I'm here to help. I'm here to help.
Because this actually caused me to even my first child.
Oh. Oh.
And I've been through hell.
Oh.
Even on this platform, I even had people that mocked me.
Oh.
Because I shared my story.
Oh.
And it hasn't been easy, all because even me traveling here, going here to America, you know, this American auntie and abroad aunties, whoever sees you and they sees that you kind of vulnerable, you need somebody. As a mother, they will always be telling you what to do and all that. And one wrong advice led me having my child, my third child, out of wedlock, which I always see my son, and it makes me cry all the time that I could have made a better decision.
Oh, it's a decision that you have made already. It's better. It's better. It's better. It's better. Don't cry over spilled milk. You can make it better. You can use it for milkshake. Don't cry over it.
This is something that I'm not really, I'm not even proud of even saying this. I always try to be hard and all that.
God has a reason for today. God has a reason for today. Open up. Open up. Open up. Open up. Open up. For where they stood to disgrace you, they will stand and uplift you. Your mother is not dead. Your mother is alive. Your mother loves you. Your mother cherishes you. But for whoever you have become, your mother is part of it. I pray. I pray. I pray that the living God will touch you. He will work on you. I am here to help. Are you aware that the decision to marry was affected by this problem?
Of course.
I know your mother. Stop struggling. Forgive, and I'll show you your mother.
Stop trying.
I'm ready to help you, but I can't force help on you until you make a decision. You are not the only person in this, girl. Somebody just entered into what you are in. Nobody knows the battle you have fought to be what you are today.
They don't know. They don't know.
But they appreciate who you are. They appreciate who you are. You are strong. But like the story of the general called Naaman. Naaman was a general and a giant, but had leprosy. It took a slave girl to lead Naaman to the prophet. Even there, it was shyness for a great man to expose his leprosy. He wanted to bath in the best waters of life. But the slave girl said, tell my master to do what the prophet says he should do. And when Naaman went to bath 7 times, the leprosy left. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. I can do it. I won't forgive. I hold on to it. It's keeping us in a lot of bondage. I pray that God will free you out of the cage. You be a testimony. I will show you your mother. And let me tell you, your mother has not done anything wrong to you. So never wait for an apology from your mother. If anybody needs to apologize to the mother, it is you. You need to. You need to be worked on. Let me tell you, when we finish working on you, your husband will see it. Your constant quick-temperedness is not because of your husband. It's because of your mom. You are quick-tempered because of your mom. Your son is afraid of you because of your mom. Girl, I can't finish all here, but we've started. Can we go back door and finish? Thanks for the smile. 862 571 3950. People, 3 hours 14 minutes. I'm happy. I'm excited. Bell is vanished. But thank God for your life, my sister. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Bell. Johnny. Baby, I do.
From kindergarten.
Cry your own cry. Bell.
Counselor.
How are you doing, girl?
I'm good. I just picked my daughter up, so I can't be crying. She will start crying too.
Your sister is crying and wants people to join her cry. Where are you?
Oh, I'm here with her. She knows.
She promised us she will not cry.
She didn't know what she was promising to.
Tell them when it comes to counselor, go and ask Vic.
The truth must come out, huh?
Well,
counselor, and then now I want me young, and I said my ending, and then I want me young,
sir. Yeah, near point. Make I say, maybe a Q&A, and you're ready. And you're ready. But let me give this final thing. Echo on Facebook. I've been waiting. Echo, let me hear you as a rapper. On 862 215 2007. Echo meet you. Echo, unmute yourself. No other. I see the same. What depend you kasawada? Ade, open our power of you. So it's not what I name in Gaza. We share the tea tell you. Muma share for the tea soon. Bed is so other since you're not original. Original they see here. Echo, I do go. You do go. Yeah, oh, Kasegum from him. Etiefo. Echo is on the line, but we can hear him. Right? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. You unmute yourself. So Echo is here, and he's trying to get us hear him. He wants to cry with my sister, but unfortunately, it's not working. Echo, just unmute yourself. So I'll bring you back, Echo. Go and come back. It's lovely. I don't know what to say, but I think from morning it's been okay. Oh God. All of you, please wish my wife a happy delivery day on my behalf. And remember that motherhood is not a joke. God gave the opportunity to women to continue procreation on his behalf. Even though the world belongs to men, the ability to continue procreation, God handed it over to women. Never despise your mom in any way. Never despise your dad. No matter what you are told, no matter what you have been told by somebody, remember, nobody has two mothers. Only one mother. Only one father. Whatever you hold against them, don't forget, you will die as a child. Never die as a mother. May God grant you the heart. How can God come to Mary and say, you who is highly favored in women? Elizabeth will get to know she's pregnant because Mary came to visit. Elizabeth delivered in a house. Mary struggling with baby Jesus, traveling on a donkey. First trimester, being hidden. How can a woman who is highly favored go through such a thing? But as a pregnant young girl who has no experience in pregnancy, she pulled through. She pulled through. She pulled through. Even for her to deliver in the palace, because she's highly favored, because she's going to deliver a king and a prince to the world. Here is she opening her private parts to animals with no midwife. But she was promised to be the woman who is highly favored. After all this, the son was killed for our sake. What your mother went through to deliver you, what your wife has gone through to make you a father, be careful the way you're treating her. Stop waiting for your mother's apology. Bible says, and when Joseph's father was brought, when he met the father coming, he alighted from the chariots. Don't let your father greet you in your car. I have never picked a phone call of any great man before. Every great man calls me. I miss their call and call back. Archbishop Duncan Williams have never understood it. He said, why every time I call you, you have to call me back? I say, Papa, I can't pick a call from you. It's not humility. It's not pride. That is my ideology. Don't allow your father to apologize to you. Never give your husband a chance to apologize to you. Don't feel big because they have apologized to you. People seek for help. That is why I've come. I have come as the light. Where is Starboy? I have come. Echo, speaker, let me see if I can hear you now. There's a problem with the course mic today. Echo, I need your Kenya. Also, bar, or the assembly. I'm wrapping up. Let's do our gifting and go. I can't hear Echo. I want to take Echo. Echo, I need you just a numero. One here, numero confession. Well, let's do gifting and let's leave the same. Thank you very much. I mean, we didn't do much on likes. Thank you very much, Michael. Those of you who have to call me, please, immediately we close. Call me. Call me. My friend, why?
Last question.
Question in there. Encore. What's the question, please? Read the mommy.
What should the heads do if they are wrong?
When the heads are wrong, let's leave them to those who elected them as heads. And let's do our parts. When the prodigal son came home, you saw what happened? The father threw a party for the prodigal son. See the other side. And then the Bible says that, and the elder brother was outside and heard the music and the dancing and met a maid servant at the gate and asked the maid servant, what is happening in the house? They say, hey, your brother is back, oh, and your father is throwing a big party for your brother. Your father has killed the biggest goats. Your father has killed the biggest goat in the house for your father, your brother who went to squander everything and made the senior brother so angry that he didn't come back to the house. When the father called him, he said, my father, I have been with you many years in this house. I have not gone to squander anything. You have not even given me the smallest goat in this house before. Some of us, in our hypocrisy, we think we are better than others. The fact that you are in the house doesn't mean you are the best child. The lifestyle of the son who has been in the house and has not taken the property to go and squander is worse than the one who went and came back. I don't judge. My dear, that child you had out of wedlock, if you forgive and open up and I show you your mother, will be the promising star of your life. Take it from me. Amen. Don't see him and be resentful. He is a living testimony of your experience in life. But today marks the end of your troubles. You didn't hear me. I said today marks the end of your troubles. Today marks the end of your worry. Today marks the end of your pain. If only you will open up and let's go. Receive help from above. I am just a conduit. I might do a service and charge you money. But what you get back from me after my charges is bigger. It's bigger than what you pay for. You never knew in your life that today's section will go this direction. Echo, Kasebiona Minje. Obwa, ene ebusuan fosi omo ngasa. Oba jefi ni ho. Because obi fufuro kasa na ekode ekọ se okọ ebusuan fo bisa se den na wanye ni yie. Hello Emmanuel. Emmanuel.
Hello, Daddy.
Ejade na ekọ do kasa Ember. Eti yepon.
I'm checking the mic.
Yes, I'm benyumre. Eti den na adi ja yenkwan na amanfo abekasa. Facebook fo imo trobrofo. Facebook amuni made pa. Hwebrofo ma tro. Waiting I begin to me by Facebook you. Ima.
Yeah, Daddy.
Ima yanko na mempo. Remember na 3 hours 26 minutes.
Medium I'm better so in terms. See I can be joining.
Ne why late the corner bread
and you bring up more than my journey.
You bring 5:30. You be soon ade. And the addition I do. Me cry me soon ade.
Come up.
And me soon ade pa. Me soon ade pa. Mo bon pa ma me na me nyin che. Why?
Oh, you do be nyin che because you here pa.
Eno po de anu kasa. Who is ka nyin che? Say yale bo sika ni. Yale bo sika ni.
Enya ne be kinu no.
I'm going to tell me why. Now, Miss Subain, Usubain, yes, me pelsa.
Yes, I party a posa.
Hi, Council Little. And let delivery day, Mamma. Pam chop, Mon sending Nisika. I don't know, Mumman and Ninja said, Mu Yusunikunu 055. Mumfan say, as resre, and your fee 05. Many a franc, I'm over chum, many fry, many that way, somebody money back 055. Immature 055 000 5077. Mama, you didn't say, hey, your people just send me money. It's for every phone jaya ko jaya echo.
Counselor. Last minute me go far phone. Last minute me go far phone na be na. Ya that's nepa na we the person me bisa say on kwa na o school na school no uni schoolmates ni na se na because ejuma no so for you, trust me. So because what you've done on them me did me jay no na me pushy she be na me roman sound na me question pem. I didn't want to quote I just wanted to ask say so school for on your musia there, please invoke them to also come and help because fortunately for Yena Yawaha Kakra they are lucky. Other people are suffering. Trust me. Adia maminu AACC ano media so but I mean it touching me to come here to express myself kichwa we media men come there because media be a storm and the mean change media men kwapacha will be because I did yeah Councillor say,
never say some, please.
Councillor Kuntia. Yes, so
whatever it is, Echo, whatever it is, men can be that.
Okay, Unimad Kuntia.
Men can be that. Echo, men can be that.
And time I be Papa we and the net and Shamiko.
Echo, Missy men can be that.
It is the Papa Chawa.
My friend Papa Sama am a wapanicho.
Councillor, Ube Chumakuma Swaka.
Oh, Echo, it's easy for me to do it for you if it demands that. No, if it demands that. But I just want you to know that. Never say to yourself, I will never forgive. Don't use the word never. Don't use the word never.
Unfortunately, my brother,
Echo, you are stubborn, but you sleep. So hear me.
Papa into young men, into boys,
Echo, baby, I would say, baby, I would Obi Baba ne abejiwa tum awalewo. Na because why a boy sad there, Jimmy than a man, because Bible says, for it is not good for a man to be alone, not boys. So don't say I'll be a boy forever.
Na papa na obey a boy no one kasa no he.
How many years? How many years never paid Jawa at this age? You are still holding on to the pains of your father. It makes you a victim. What have you done for yourself after 12 years? What have you done for yourself after 12 years?
If you feel terms, Councillor, whatever
it is, it is better you are not an obituary. Don't use never. Don't use never, boy. Be a man. Be a man. It's a man that.
Also, me pizza on that. Me do any me mendi. Why am I me real? First one, the second one, yeah.
When you say a shas, you know, me you be here or chat way. Or catch us on the own sunda.
Now me cry de me so. Me teach what me the people me nim that me susa. Asam na have you.
Meira and let odi meira os yes celebrating and no fee. But share the watch I can't stop tearing.
Because Councillor Yemubino, or my ye fifien tem dodo. We had the parents.
What to a what's an out TTA? When fifien tem and Kabusia, what do better say?
Councillor Yo.
And ya say crew. Ah, ya saying Obia Christo share Bible say na Yesu Christo mpoa oya agenkwa we wiase mu nyina du baabi no asendua no wantumi ansoa ema nkrofo chisoa kogya no. Hey, even Christ at the point in his life needed the support of men to help him carry the cross to the destination. You are not alone.
That's right. Hey, yeah.
We are closing. We are closing, girl. Go ahead.
The opposite or can invoke your praise. Trust me.
I'm coming. A minute. I'm coming. I'll come to you. Hold on. I'm coming to you. Let me finish your call. Ego. When we graduated, we're 2,500. Now, in my year of graduation, in the year 2000, they graduated 2,500 counselors. Out of the 2,500 counselors, I'm not saying this in pride, in all humility. I'm the only person who started radio and television noise. And I'm the only surviving counselor now in the block. All of them have turned against me because they say I am not doing it the way they want to do it. So I don't have mates. My office in Ghana is closed. When I travel, there's no managing consultant in my office. I have to do online. So if you ask me to recommend any counselor for you, I don't know. People are going to study psychology because of me. Even yesterday, when we finished, somebody sent me a message and said, because of the way you do counseling, I want my son to go and read counseling psychology. I said, Madam, I'll give you the school. It's different to go and study. And it's different to ask the Spirit of God to let you use what you are going to study. If the carpenter's son can teach a fisherman how to fish, if the carpenter's son can teach a fisherman with an experience where to find fish that brought a tearing net and a breaking boat, don't underrate somebody like me you have punished for so many years. I can recommend. I'll do what I can do. If there's anything anybody can do to support me, please keep holding my hands. Keep criticizing me. Keep insulting me. Keep condemning me. It is that which has kept me floating up. Nobody accepted my speech. Bell will tell you that a lot of people wish I was no more in the system. But today they are back 9 years, 10 years, coming to testify that what I said 10 years ago was true after 10 years. So my brother, I'm doing what I can. Support me. Support me. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, you may make sure say be promote.
I'm coming next because there is psychology. Watch it out. Coming next.
Vic is the next psychologist on the block. Enye de here. Number 050 055 000 5077. Muma me yidi hu say sikaba. No framing can say, your people have surprised me. Oh, my king.
Why?
Echo. Jaka Krabi, I'm a boy abaso 5:30. Madam Munina say, Yamin Shram.
Amen. Amen. Bye bye.
Thank you. That's it. All right, my dear. Bye. Let me have your last words, like you said, so we can go.
What I wanted to say, Mr.
Yes.
What really bothers me, it's like right now I cannot really deal with it. It's, as I said, I traveled when I was little, right?
Yeah.
And my dad at a point, was with another woman.
Yeah.
So the conversation, due to this whole confusion, we were having conversation day in and day out, but then the bond wasn't there because he was also distracted somewhere else, right? Yeah. And when I was getting matured and getting to know him better, he died.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He died, and due to documentation at the time, I couldn't even go to his funeral. I couldn't even I don't know where they even buried him.
You know something?
The worst part is that the only uncle that I knew that was my father's brother.
Yeah.
Also, when they took my dad from the mortuary, he also passed out and died. So they buried two brothers at the time.
Thank you.
And my grandmother too also died within the same month.
Thank you.
And my grandfather also died.
Thank you.
Around that same time.
Thank you.
And it's like,
and you never had the opportunity to attend the funeral.
No.
Thank you. I'm going to work. Look, I'm going to work on you. I'm going to work on you. Look, if I tell you what you are going through, I wanted to end your story here. You are bitter. We are going to backstage. Let me read some few messages. Thank you so much on Facebook. We are coming back 5:30 Ghana time. if it was Yvonne Nelson's mom, if I was Yvonne Nelson's mom mentioning names as her dad, if circumstances around her birth is that bad. Okay. So blessed day, Counselor Lutot. Somebody just wrote my number there for Mami Konedu says, can someone tag SM for life? Okay. Someone says, can you please treat the benefit of buying self-development courses like this? Black people, especially Ghanaians, don't know and also afraid to take a step. Don't worry. I like your English. Can you, okay, so that one has been read already. Say, can you please treat the benefit of buying self-development courses? None of the self-development courses that are online helps the Black. Our mentality is different. That's why I'm hiding in my corner. Direct questions, direct answer. Who is that? SS Job. What do you? Oh my God, this boy. He will grow to be a man. Don't mind him. I'm quiet too. My problems is more. I don't want anything. But he has come to speak. That was a call. Thank you so much, boy. Oh, my dear. Hey, SS, you never finish eating. Charlie, it was fun here, but sure, I am learning a lot here. I'm sure someone is also learning. Great. Nanawa Santua, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Finally, I can listen to you today. Oh, Maybell. Hey, Maybell Sakite, where's my gift? Today is Happy Delivery Day to Mommy. Send Mommy something on 055-000-5077. Celebrate my wife whilst I'm alive. And they hear, oh, echo. We can't hear. The whole lecture is on YouTube as we speak. Go to YouTube right now, Counselor Lutot TV on YouTube, and subscribe to my page. Watch the full interview from 9 o'clock to 12. Hey, Counselor Lutot, 9 o'clock to 12. The same way if you're watching me now, please. So my TikTok, the numbers are too small. Dear me, Starboy, tell people to follow me. Oh, I don't know where sir. Thank you. Thank you, dear me. Go ahead. Obi to say, Miss. Oh, and yeah. Bell, Mumboa me why? I mean, no, I do 1 million. Yeah, why? Bell, Mumboa me, I mean, doors. Why? Need I see Bell? Vic. When you didn't go follow me, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, 5:30 Ghana time. We are discussing how to marry after divorce. Maybe we'll do that and do a Q&A, question and answers time, Counselor Luto. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to say confession.
Confession, Papa Poby, Counselor, Papa Poby, Mammy, I was at you will point be what's your chunk of be my pants and I want to you.
I'm going to say mucho ambassador. About one better one.
I don't have to think I don't boam ya.
Mean poor dear, and you're not mature. Eradi Wumuna. Didi Mire Masha. Me Yanko Bon. Mendy.
It's in a lot of homes, and
I know.
And I feel bad for
I know.
I just feel bad.
I know. I know. But it will end. I am here to save situations. Why? All these people will come back and say, Counselor, thank you. Counselor, thank you. This is man free. Mean to me force my service on anybody. And my services here might be for free, but per the legal tenant, I practice with some small fee. Only be cram a chow, a chain with you. Why? All right. So let's give to me for the last time. Niamko, me who Vicky DM. That mean kind of big bomb car. Hey, if you are him, if you are him, if you are him, Mathieu, and you know me for me that was I don't pay me who have been sugar. Why busy? But Bells, you see a bell by assistance rep. Thank you for the teddy bear. That's all. Is a bell about you may to us for my Yankupu Shidamunina. Oh, Vic, thank you so much for the popcorn. Maybe why? Once again, let me take this opportunity to appreciate my wife, the mother of my son, and say, I love you And thank you for reimposing some confidence in me. Happy delivery day. Madam, please go and celebrate yourself. Whatever you want to do. The bill is on me. I'll come and pay. Thank you so much.
It's on us.
Okay, somebody have joined me too. So it's on us. Let us know the restaurant you are going. Usually, I know you like Kempiski. Pass there. I know you don't go with more than 3 people because the budget, no matter what they bring, I can afford within 2. My wife is above watching seller. Or no watching Miss Srel. I can afford for 2. I can't do more than 2. I'm not too honest. Achilles, thank you. Thank you. I'll see you all. 862-571-3950. 862-571-3950. Hi, I wish somebody will come and testify. Some money gone. Whoo! Thank you. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Counselor Lutuat like page. And please go and follow me on YouTube. Thank you for the hearts. Nana, may that say. Why? Please remember that I'm waiting for your calls right now when I drop my phone. Good afternoon. Thank you. Bye.
God bless you, sir.
Bless you too. All right, Facebookers, you've done well today. Let's meet 5 p.m. I've sat for too long. Thank you, Eric. My waist. Sakite. Hey, Maybell. Hey, Maybell. Hey, Maybell. How many times have I called you Maybell? Bye-bye. All right, so the number to celebrate Madam is not any hidden number. 055-000-5077 is the Momo number. And if you want to talk to me direct on any issue like the people are calling, 862-571-3950. I'm honored to be your counselor in every situation. But remember to forgive as we forgive those who trespasses against us. I am out of here now, and it's been a blessing. Thank you. How to resolve conflict. Hey, the topic is big. That was all. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Counselor Lutuat TV, and let's talk. Bye. Bye.
I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America. Everywhere you want. 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this. Or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy. Anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.